What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. 3 years Hokage Lottery 1 Hectoliter Chapter 1 Born to Die, the Best Bloodline. Ninja World Konoha 48 years in the village. A well-dressed young man walked on the street in a daze, calmly watching the continuous changes in the ninja world, and kept muttering some strange words in his mouth. 7 years have passed, 7 years since I came to this world. I really don't understand why I was allowed to become a waste again, since I was allowed to travel to this war-torn Hokage world where people's lives are like grass. In the past few years, I have been practicing hard all the time. Since the age of 3, my crotch has been numb even after doing a few squats, and now I do hundreds of push-ups, hundreds of sit-ups, and dozens of kilometers of exercise each time. But I can't beat the fat guy next door. I'm not willing to accept 3 months of ninjutsu training. At this time, Uchiha Qixing felt extremely helpless. God, I don't accept it. In such a wonderful world, I also want to leave my own footprints. At this moment, a terrifying aura appeared not far away, and a fiery red figure illuminated the entire Konoha village. The terrifying giant beast with 9 giant tails swayed in the void, constantly destroying various buildings. Not only were the giant trees burned by the fire smashing into the surrounding areas, but Qixing's side was not spared either. At this time, Uchiha Qixing felt helpless. Nima, the Nine Tails Rebellion has begun, and the plot has reached this point. He looked at the fiery red figures walking in his direction. The sky kept falling. The fire burned the wood, and Qixing was desperate. At the same time, infinite sadness surged out. It's pitiful that I've been a waste for 7 years and can only say goodbye to this world with regret in the end. Just when Qixing was about to close his eyes and wait for death, the next second, the surprise came too suddenly, and an electronic synthesized sound finally sounded. Ding! Congratulations to the host for making an unyielding cry and successfully waking up the system. Close black lens bracket. Ding! The system is being activated. Close black lens bracket. Damn, system, damn it. Why did you come here? 7 years, 7 whole years. Do you know how I got here in these 7 years? But Ren Qixing was complaining and shouting like crazy. However, the system did not let him down. Ding! System activation was successful. Congratulations to host, you have successfully activated the Wanji lottery system. In the lottery of all realms, you can get the treasure of all heavens and all realms. Close black lens bracket. You can draw for free once a day. If you want to draw again, you need to consume system points. Points can be obtained by participating in major events, killing ninjas, or rare tasks. Close black lens bracket. Today's lottery has started. If you activate the system for the first time, you will be rewarded with a luxury lottery. Host draws a lottery or not. Close black lens bracket. I didn't have time to think about the points and how to obtain the luxurious lottery, so I nodded repeatedly to draw the lottery first. The fiery red is already in front of us. Although it is restrained by the ninjas in the village, it will be destroyed on our side in a few minutes at most. The system quickly draws the lottery. After saying this, a phantom turntable with a diameter of 1 foot appeared in front of Qixing. There were only 5 options on the turntable. However, when Qixing saw the prizes in the options, he almost fainted from happiness. My god, these 5 prizes are all familiar and powerful abilities and powerful items. The top one turned out to be the power of blood beyond this world, Super Saiyan blood. The 2 at the bottom turned out to be the extremely mysterious, Tianji Tower, and the even more mysterious, automatic training editor. Either of these 2 things is like a panacea. Looking to the left, there are a pair of Mangekyo Sharingan. The one on the right is even more exaggerated. It turns out to be the Juling Senshu among the 8 wonders. Seeing this, Qixing's unhappiness over the past 7 years was wiped away. Your system is so powerful, it seems that my 7 stars will become more developed in this life. When faced with these terrifying abilities, Qixing said that only children make choices. I want all 7 stars. Ding! Host can only get 1 item in each draw, and the items will be refreshed in the next draw. Close black lens bracket. Here, forget it. Okay. The system will draw the lottery quickly. Don't let me see these treasures and feel uncomfortable. Ding! The system's luxury carousel lottery has been won. After the turntable rotated 3,600 degrees, it finally stopped slowly. However, the next moment, in Qixing's eyes with endless anticipation, the pointer stopped on the black line between the 2 items. A nameless anger surged out. Get the hell out of the system. What the hell is this pointer stuck in the middle of? Isn't this a lie? Ding! Host, please be patient. Being stuck in the middle means that host is extremely lucky and has actually triggered the option of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. 2 items can be obtained. According to the system's calculations, the chance of obtaining these 2 items this time is only 1 in 100 million. Close black lens bracket. At this time, Qixing turned from anger to joy, with a silly smile on his face. Misunderstanding. System brother, misunderstanding. At this time, the system beeps again. Advertisement. Ding! Congratulations to host for obtaining Super Saiyan bloodline. Close black lens bracket. Ding! Congratulations to host for getting Mangekyo Sharingan. Hearing this, Qixing's whole body floated, and then he shouted excitedly, this prize smells so damn good. At this time, the people who were running around in panic looked at Qixing and giggled. This kid must be stupid. Look, he is still laughing. It is probably hopeless. Let's run away. Ding. Whether to fuse bloodline. Whether to fuse the eyes. Close black lens bracket. Hearing this, Uchiha Qixing felt excited. Even if I don't need to go to school to learn those ninjutsu, I can become stronger. In this ninja world, I am no longer a piece of fish to be slaughtered. I, Qixing, am no longer the weak scholar. I want to become the master, the powerful being who controls all destiny. System, all integrated. Ding. Fusion begins. Close black lens bracket. Instantly, a heartbreaking pain swept through his whole body, especially his eyes, which felt like they were about to explode. For several whole minutes, I endured this pain. At this time, Qixing did not faint, but leaned against the wall, gritting his teeth and persisting. Blood oozed from the gums. Finally, at the moment when I could no longer hold on any longer, a pleasant system prompt sounded. Ding. Congratulations to host for the successful fusion of Super Saiyan bloodline. Hereinafter referred to as Super Saiyan, bloodline development rate is 5%, can be improved by fighting or practicing. After transformation, all attributes and skill power can be increased by 10 times. However, if used at the same time, multiple abilities that increase physical combat power will be assimilated by the Super Saiyan transformation. Super Saiyan 1 will assimilate 2 other abilities with 50% of the combat power, Super Saiyan 2 will assimilate 70%, and Super Saiyan 3 will assimilate 90%. Wait, system, do you think I am a novice and don't understand anything? After the transformation in Super Game 1, my physical fitness can be improved by 50 times. Ding, host, do you think you are the original Super Saiyan? Your bloodline development is only 5%, do you understand? To put it bluntly, you are still a hybrid Saiyan now. When your bloodline development reaches 50%, you will have all these things. Close black lens bracket. Forehead, makes sense. Ding. Congratulations to host for successfully integrating Mangekyo Sharingan, the fit is 90%. Please check the specific information of the capabilities on your own. At this time, Uchiha Qixing's turbulent heart gradually calmed down and he looked at his attribute panel. Host, Uchiha Qixing, age, 7 years old, realm, late elite Jonin. Combat power. Cage level early stage, Super Shadow early stage, after the transformation ability is turned on, the combat power reaches the maximum Super Shadow early stage. Talent. Transform into super form, skills, none special abilities. Kamui in left eye, distinguished heavenly gods in right eye. Eyes come with abilities. Susanoo. Items. None. Seeing himself gaining such great strength in an instant, Qixing almost laughed out loud in his calm heart, but he couldn't laugh. Stay steady, you must stay steady. He looked around, picked up the mask that had always been in the package and put it on his face. This mask not only helps Qixing quickly adapt to sudden forces, but also has a strong transformation function. In an instant, Qixing's body was lifted up several inches. At this time, he quickly adapted to the surge in strength in his body, looked at the fiery red figure wreaking havoc not far ahead. Qixing kicked his legs to the ground, and his figure disappeared directly on the spot. Chapter 2. You call this Earth Flow Wall. In just a few breaths, Qixing was already standing on the Hokage rock, looking at Nine Tails in front of him. I murmured in my heart, I don't know how many points the Nine Tails Rebellion in this big event can bring me. I'm really looking forward to it. With great excitement, Qixing turned on Mangekyo and looked around the Hokage rock. He saw 4 sneaky figures sneaking not far away. One of them said, Captain, the mission issued by the organization this time is really simple. As long as you collect enough tailed beast power, you can complete the mission and get rich rewards. Huh, this is the easiest A-level mission I have ever done. A person next to me said, it's so easy, I don't know why. The location chosen by the organization was the beginning of the Nine Tails Rebellion. Damn it, let's forget about Nine Tails and go see the other tailed beasts. Everyone who knows how powerful that thing is knows. Our strength at this time is at most comparable to their Jonin, or elite Jonin. We are still far from cage level, so this mission is still very dangerous for us. And within the organization, there are several other strong men who have also accepted this task. We will wait for the opponent's gods to fight first, and then we will finally get a bargain. If it doesn't work, we will find Shukaku or other tailed beasts to make up the difference. When several people heard what the captain said, they immediately flattered him. He is indeed the captain, but how did I hear that Shukaku's strength ranks among the top 3 tailed beasts? Whatever the hell, just do it and listen to the captain. Ha ha ha, captain is always right. Yes, the captain really has a vision. The captain was elated by this flattery. With that said, the 4 of them quietly retreated away from Konoha. Qixing did not chase after him. After all, there was a big guy here. At this moment, Qixing's eyes were spinning, looking at the hundreds of Jonin in Konoha who were constantly forming seals to trap Nine Tails. Great Fireball, Water Barrier, Earth Flow Wall, and various CB level ninjutsu are frequently fired. But who is Nine Tails? How could he be injured by such low level ninjutsu? Instead, it aroused its ferocity. At this time, Uchiha Qixing just glanced at those low level ninjutsu and memorized all those simple ninjutsu. He really lived up to the name of Mangekyo. Then he quickly formed seals with his hands, wanting to test the energy in his body to see if he could use ninjutsu. Fire style, Great Fireball. The next moment, a nearly 100-meter fireball rushed toward Nine Tails. Everyone who saw this scene was stunned. Even Uchiha Qixing was slightly shocked at this time. Nah, Laozi just fired a sea-level great fireball. At this scale, it's really a great fireball. Why does it look like a forbidden spell? At this time, Qixing had doubts about the power of his body and what was going on with the system. Ding! The power in host's body is a higher level of energy than chakra, and is called Qi. Qi itself has no attributes. If chakra with attributes around you is added to Qi, Qi will automatically contain the effects of chakra. But the power is more powerful than the power released by chakra. Close black lens bracket. However, before they could finish asking, Nine Tails was hit by a huge great fireball. Bang! The painful Nine Tails had discovered Uchiha Qixing, and then a super large-tailed beast bomb hit the 7 stars. Huh, good time. At this moment, the colorless Qi around Qixing was instantly transformed into fiery red chakra. His hands quickly formed seals, and the great fireballs, which were tens of meters away, rushed towards the tailed beast bomb one after another like blown bubbles. Bang, 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 advertisement. Explosions continued, and when the 10th great fireball hit the tailed beast bomb, the two forces finally disappeared, and the remaining great fireball continued to hit Nine Tails. Only a roar was heard. At this time, Uchiha Qixing was not surprised but delighted. Sea-level ninjutsu and advanced energy were able to block Nine Tails' tailed beast bomb. But before Qixing is happy, the next moment, a larger tailed beast bomb hit Uchiha Qixing, and the 7-star figure was seen moving vertically and horizontally on the roof. He easily dodged this tailed beast bomb, but even half of Konoha's building behind him was unrecognizable. However, Nine Tails' attack did not stop, and Nine Tails' figure jumped twice and came to Qixing's side. The next moment, a terrifying beast's claw clawed towards the top of Qixing's head. At this moment, Qixing's shortcomings of having no combat experience were revealed. The 7 stars under the mask were also a group of wild ones, but because of the fighting blood of Saiyans and the ability of Mangekyo Sharingan, they discovered Nine Tails' movements in advance, and their bodies automatically avoided this terrifying claw attack. Qixing suddenly broke into a cold sweat and said, "Nima, something seemed to have happened in your body just now." It automatically avoided Nine Tails' claws. Thinking of this, Qixing no longer hides his clumsiness, his hair directly turns golden, and the aura on his body begins to rise continuously. A terrifying air wave blows down the houses within a kilometer around him, and the Super Saiyan transformation ends. At this time, Nine Tails also felt threatened. 7 stars quickly formed seals, and a great fireball over 100 meters directly hit Nine Tails. After the transformation, not only the physical quality, but also the energy of the body increased tenfold. The ninjas in Konoha village were stunned by this unfamiliar scene. Who is this cage-level master fighting? This scene is too powerful. What kind of ninjutsu is that terrifying fireball? I have never seen it before, but it always feels a bit like the Great Fireball. And the 4 strange guys who ran out of the edge of Konoha saw the scene of Uchiha Qixing fighting Nine Tails, and they asked in their hearts, "Hey, is there such a ruthless person in Konoha village? Why has the organization never introduced the existence of this kind of guy? I have never seen such a powerful fireball. That guy can't be the 3rd generation, but if he is the 3rd generation, he will wear a mask." Another said, "Hey, my 5 senses are very sharp." The guy just now seemed to have shouted Great Fireball. "Your uncle, this is the Great Fireball, you call that thing the Great Fireball? Depend on. No matter, let's evacuate first, this Konoha village is definitely not that simple. It is not appropriate for us to intervene in this kind of battle, let's go." As he spoke, he retreated sharply. It has disappeared on the edge of Konoha village. Not far away, almost all of Konoha's top brass arrived. Everyone is confused. Who is that? The short figure. Could it be Lord 3rd generation? How is that possible? That guy seems to be a child. Fart. What kid can have peak cage level strength? Stop joking. No matter who it is, since it is in my Konoha village, it must be related to my Konoha. At this time, a green light flashed in Danzo's eyes, and it was obvious that he had something on his mind. Everyone here was discussing this battle, and in the battlefield, the battle between Qixing and Nine Tails had reached a fever pitch. At this time, chakra of various colors was constantly flowing on Qixing's body. The ninjutsu they had just learned were used one after another, and they quickly formed seals with their hands. 4 high walls over 200 meters were seen rising from the ground. Trapped Nine Tails in it, Qixing shouted, "Earth style, earth flow wall." And the people around were shocked again. This, did I hear it correctly? I seem to have heard the mysterious strong man shout to Liubi just now. No, this wall is at least 10 meters thick and over 100 meters high. You call this earth flow wall, so stop teasing us, okay? Chapter 3 White Susano. However, the surprise came even more suddenly the next moment. Wind-style vacuum continuous wave, everyone saw hundreds of spinning wind cuts in the sky attacking Nine Tails. Nine Tails in the earth current wall struggled hard, all the energy gathered in his mouth, and a tailed beast bomb directly broke through one of the walls. But as soon as he stretched out the fox's head, it was hit by thousands of wind cuts, and the red liquid chakra flowed out of Nine Tails' body, wailing endlessly. Everyone heard this horrible wail, as if in a dream. Even if Nine Tails has been sealed for a long time, my strength has not recovered since I came out. but at least it has the strength of Chaoying's early stage. How could he be beaten like this by a guy in the late cage level? Never have I ever heard of Nine Tails being beaten so miserably. And that kind of terrifying wind cut turned out to be a series of vacuum waves. This low-level wind style actually injured Nine Tails like this. I must not have woken up. Nine Tails cannot appear in the village. That mysterious super the strong cannot exist. Then he closed his eyes, and when he opened them again, the scene was still the same, and then he looked at Qixing with a fiery gaze. He shouted loudly, "My lord, you are mighty. Kill Nine Tails." At this time, in the sky, a black-robed figure stood on top of it and murmured. It's interesting. When did such a strong person appear in Konoha? There was no news about it in the organization. It seems that Pure Land is not the only one. There is still some trouble in getting Nine Tails chakra easily. As he spoke, the man flicked his right hand, and a dark red pill was thrown into Nine Tails' big mouth. The next moment, Nine Tails suddenly became more violent, and the terrifying chakra light pillar rose into the sky, covering a kilometer range around it, and the scorching fire attribute burned the earth. This sudden change made Qixing clearly feel the threat of death. Just when Qixing was at a loss what to do, a golden flash of light suddenly appeared next to him. Everyone below was overjoyed. Look, it's Lord Fourth Generation. He's finally here. Although the two don't know each other, they have the same purpose. That mysterious strong man, together with Lord Fourth Generation, will definitely be able to kill Nine Tails. Qixing saw Minato arriving, said without surprise. With our strength, we are no match for Nine Tails in this current state. Continuing to fight will only lead to death. And there is a strong man standing above his head. As he spoke, Minato pointed to the sky. Although Minato was surprised, this was not the time to care about that. He looked at Nine Tails again and frowned slightly. Then he said, "Senior, please be sure to stop the people above." "Okay. Be careful, Nine Tails has gone berserk." Namikaze Minato was shocked when he heard Nine Tails going berserk. "I'm just saying that Nine Tails' situation is different from before. No matter what, we can't let the people in the village get hurt." Immediately, the lightning in his hand surged, and the figure disappeared on the spot. At this time, Qixing looked at the figure in the sky. I saw a terrifying sword energy in the man's hand, shooting towards Qixing, Thunder Method, Thunder Light Sword. Qixing was already on guard and retreated instantly. Light flowed around him, his hands quickly formed seals, and two different ninjutsus were spit out directly from Qixing's mouth. Wind style, practice blank ammunition, fire style, Phoenix Fairy Fire. I saw fireballs and wind bombs spitting out continuously from Qixing's mouth. The two merged and grew in the wind, and instantly became tens of meters in size. Figures flying into the sky. Just as the figure turned to dodge, the next moment, dozens of fireballs exploded directly. Boom, 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 boom. Explosions continued to be heard, and immediately, a dull impact sounded on the ground. At the same time, Minato's attacks hit Nine Tails continuously, but Nine Tails was not damaged at all. It's just that Nine Tails can't capture Minato's figure no matter what. The Flying Thunder God technique is well deserved. At this time, Nine Tails looked up to the sky and roared. Advertisement and even more terrifying energy wave was condensing in his mouth. Everyone in the village saw this terrifying energy ball and felt extremely frightened in their hearts, but no one could stop it. Minato's heart twisted when he saw this. This turned out to be a super large-tailed beast bomb that Nine Tails concentrated all the violent chakra in his body. Seeing this, Minato gritted his teeth, disappeared, and then appeared next to Nine Tails. He kneaded with one hand, and waves of huge space fluctuations emerged. The next moment, the ruined Konoha village suddenly became quiet. The people who woke up from the edge of death were shocked. Master Fourth Generation actually teleported away the terrifying attack at the same time as Nine Tails. He is truly worthy of the Fourth Generation who is known as the Golden Flash. Generation Sama. At this time, Qixing was standing on the treetop, looking at the bright light of the explosion in the distance. I was surprised. Although I had seen this scene in anime, it was a different feeling to experience it myself. In front of Qixing, on the ground, in the scattered smoke and dust, a black-robed figure stood in it, and the two looked at each other. At this time, the black robe was damaged, exposing the inner skin. When Qixing saw this, he was shocked and said, "This guy is not injured at all." Seeing Qixing knows his identity, I don't want to fight with Qixing anymore. The next moment, the figure in black robe retreated quickly, flying towards the direction of the explosion. Qixing also understood that his target must be related to Nine Tails. Qixing's figure flashed and he chased in the direction of the explosion in the back mountain. During the chase, the man in black robe murmured. Snort. When Namikaze Minato seals Nine Tails, and when I collect the chakra energy of Nine Tails, I will definitely kill you. Let you go now. But I don't want to let you go. I just wanted to get familiar with the body's soaring power, so I didn't really use my full strength. You don't think I have this little strength. As he spoke, the figure quickly disappeared and reappeared, a fist wrapped in red energy, directly hitting the man in black robe. At this time, the man in black robe was shocked. How could this guy's speed increase so fast? At this time, it was too late to dodge, and a broad sword appeared behind him, just in time to block Qixing's fatal punch. Immediately, the black-robed figure hit the ground like a cannonball, but this guy's strength was almost the same as that of Qixing after his transformation. If Nanahoshi doesn't use Mangekyo, the outcome of this battle will be uncertain. Looking at the figure on the ground, I heard a roar, "Boy, you are looking for death." As he spoke, the man in black robes, with his body like a sharp arrow, rushed towards the 7 stars. On the treetops, only 2 streams of light could be seen, which quickly gathered and then separated quickly. The speed of the 2 has reached ultimate. After the familiar fist and kick exchange, at this time, the 2 were facing each other, standing on the treetops. The next moment, both of them disappeared at the same time. 7 stars formed the clone technique with one hand, and 3 figures rushed towards the black-robed man from 3 directions. I saw the man holding his sword high and shouting, "Thunder method, thunder sword kills demons." Thousands of white sword lights were seen branching out from the sword body. Sword rain began to fall in the sky. When the sword light encountered any object, it would explode and cause secondary damage. At this time, the corner of Qixing's mouth slightly raised, Kamui activated, and all the sword light within 3 meters of the body was sent away by the twisted space. The next moment Qixing's right eye distinguished heavenly gods opened. A red light flashed in his eyes, and the man in black robe who thought he would be controlled actually woke up half a second later. General Qixing was also shocked. He fell into my illusion and woke up instantly. At this time, the figure in black robe retreated sharply, and his back was covered in cold sweat. Fortunately, before I came here, I was given the ability to resist illusions, otherwise I would have been in trouble this time. As he said that, he took out a scroll. I saw that the top of the scroll said Soul, Heaven and Earth. This turned out to be a magical power. Qixing was shocked when he saw this. "Nima, is this an ninjutsu?" "Depend on." I saw the black-robed body rapidly growing in size, suddenly reaching 100 meters in length. Qixing looked at the giant in front of him and smiled. "I want to see my giant too." After saying that, Qixing shouted, "Susanoo, open." At this moment, Qixing was seen to be surrounded by a white aura. The aura kept changing, and finally turned into Susanoo's appearance, and bursts of white fluorescence began to linger around his body. Armor and weapons manifest simultaneously. Chapter 4. The strength shocked the ninja world. When the man in black robe saw this, he felt uneasy in his heart, but the offensive in his hands continued. At this moment, 2 giant figures were seen slamming into each other. The mountains began to collapse, the earth began to crack, and the ground shook. The Konoha shinobi who saw this scene seemed to have returned to the era of divine warfare. Perhaps only Uchiha Madara and the ninja god Senju Hashirama have this kind of strength. As they spoke, everyone looked at the 2 huge figures again. I saw Uchiha Qixing at this time, and the battle with the black-robed strongman started again. A long sword was condensed on Qixing's waist. He pulled out the long sword in his right hand and slashed at the black-robed man with one strike. Then the main body and Susanoo formed a seal at the same time, fake, Tengai Shinsei. I saw a 200-meter meteorite falling from the sky. The man in black robe felt pain in his face and took out a strange scroll again. I heard the man in black robe make a seal with his hands and shout loudly, "Lin Shenya." Seeing this scene, Qixing's mouth twitched. Damn it. This guy is cheating. Damn it, what on earth are these scrolls? At this time, the black-robed man's whole body was wrapped in gorgeous armed armor, and the giant sword in his hand actually blocked the 7-star slashing attack. However, the meteorite had already fallen on the head of the man in black robe, and with a loud bang, a large crater with a radius of several thousand meters appeared on the ground. A figure of 100 meters in the pit was half kneeling on the ground. At this time, in front of the huge figure, it is a thin energy shield, and the shield is already covered with cracks. However, when Susan wanted to attack again, the Dharma-like figure suddenly rose into the sky, and the armor disintegrated in the sky. Then it was pieced together into a 100-meter giant sword. The giant sword seemed to be summoning itself, flying straight towards the 7 stars. At this time, the red light on the giant sword glowed brightly, and it slashed towards Susanoo's head. Susanoo's left hand turned into an air shield and blocked the giant sword's attack. The giant sword returned to the giant's hand. However, the huge figure held the long sword and shouted loudly. Falling from the sky, his body hit Qixing like a meteor. Qixing saw this and had no time to dodge, so he immediately activated Kamui. Wherever he looked, the space was instantly distorted, and the armored giant sword was directly sent out of another space. When the giant saw this, it was too late to get away. I saw in the body of the giant, a figure in black robes flashed out, holding another strange scroll in his hand. The scroll was activated and the figure began to become blurry. However, the Dharma image has no energy support and shrinks rapidly. Under Kamui's time and space distortion, it exploded directly. An earth-shaking loud noise spread tens of thousands of meters away. The sky is filled with smoke and dust. At this time, the man in black robe successfully activated the teleportation scroll at the last moment of the explosion. At this time, he was lying 10,000 meters away, with gray mist constantly coming out of his mouth. At this time, Qixing transferred himself to 10,000 meters away through the Kamui space. Although he was also seriously injured, he was much better than the man in black robe. As the saying goes, there is no such thing as a coincidence. What a coincidence! The direction in which the 7-star Kamui was activated turned out to be exactly the same direction as the scroll activated by the man in black robe. The two enemies were extremely jealous when they met, but the man in black robe had lost his fighting ability. Qixing knew that this was the best time to activate the illusion. Qixing's figure disappeared. Looking into the eyes of the black-robed spirit, the illusion was activated again. 3 Magatama appeared in the eyes of the man in black robes. Seeing this, Qixing hurriedly asked, "Who are you and where do you come from?" Although I had a rough guess in my mind, I still wanted to know the answer. Just listen to the man in black robe say slowly. "I am Li Hu. I came from the Pure Land and came to this world to complete the mission issued by God." Before Qixing could ask any other questions, he heard a bang, and the body of the man in black robe exploded, with flesh and blood flying everywhere. He died inexplicably. Could it be the technique of the word spirit? Certain words will trigger the restriction of the word spirit once spoken. It can range from serious injuries to the body, or death and disappearance. Then the system prompt sounded. Ding! Host completes the plot for the first time and will be rewarded with 1,000 points. Before Qixing could be happy. The next moment, a terrifying lightning struck in the sky towards the 7 stars. Damn, what's going on? At this time, Qixing had already felt the terror of this lightning. On the edge of life and death, Qixing swung out the long sword in Susan's hand, and 1,000-meter sword energy struck the lightning. Advertisement. With a bang, the sword energy disappeared, and lightning struck at a faster speed. Kamui can only be used again, time and space are reversed, and the 7-star figure disappears. But the next moment, just as his figure appeared, the terrifying lightning struck again. After using Kamui one after another, my body can no longer bear it. Brother system, what's going on? Come to the rescue quickly. Ding. The host has been locked by the will of the strong man in the Pure Land. You can consume 100 points to erase the locked consciousness mark. Close black lens bracket. Hurry up, brother. If you're a little slower, I'll get my lunchbox. Ding. Congratulations to host, 100 points have been spent. Erase body marks. Close black lens bracket. Just as he was about to forcefully use Kamui's 7 stars again, he saw the terrifying lightning disappearing into the sky. But the thunderclouds overhead haven't dispersed yet. What's going on with the system? Ding. Host, that consciousness has not left yet and is searching for your whereabouts. Close black lens bracket. Damn it, how could that kind of guy do that? What kind of strength does he have? Quote. Ding. That's just the manifestation of consciousness, and it's hard for someone who knows the ninja world to discover it. What to do? Ding. 2 options. 1. The host can choose to continue to cover its own secrets and consume 10 points every day. Close black lens bracket. 2. Host can build a secret building as soon as possible to cover up the secrets, and can also deduce the secrets. Close black lens bracket. Damn, I don't have a Tianji tower now, I can only choose one. Ding. Congratulations to the host for successfully concealing its own secret. It consumes 10 points every day. Close black lens bracket. Hey, I have to spend another 3,650 points this year. After the points were consumed, the terrifying thundercloud completely dissipated. I saw an illusory eye in the sky that was 10,000 meters long. It glanced at the earth and then disappeared. At this time, the Nine Tails rebellion has also ended. The 3rd generation old man rushed back to Konoha with the infant Minato's son, Uzumaki Naruto. 7 stars also removes all transformations. He glanced at the place where the man in black robe was just now. He frowned deeply. Is there a passage to other worlds in the ninja world? Otherwise, why did I see something in that person that does not belong to the ninja world? Then he shook his head. After saying that, the time and space around him was distorted, and his figure disappeared instantly. Reappeared, already back in his humble abode. What is most talked about by the outside world is no longer the Nine Tails rebellion. It's the battle between the gods-like warriors and the superpower of the low-level ninjutsu. Finally, everyone was curious about the sudden appearance of lightning in the sky. Anbu inquired in many ways, trying to find the traces of the strong man and the truth of the matter, but unfortunately, there was no result. No one would have thought an Uchiha Fugaku, a discarded good-for-nothing son, could have such strength that shocked the ninja world. At this time, Konoha was undergoing intensive repairs. However, how could such a strong man's battle be concealed from the spies of other ninja villages? At this time, in the Land of Thunder, Cloud Shinobi Village, and Raikage's office, 2 illusory figures suddenly appeared here, reporting on today's battle in Konoha Village. At this time, Raikage stood up in shock. What? Ninja Shura, Madara, how could that man who is comparable to a god appear? Leaving aside whether he is dead or not, how could Uchiha Madara protect Konoha Village? Another person said, but if it's not Madara, who else can summon such a powerful Susan? And what kind of person can fight with such a strong person? Chapter 5 Shura, no monkey. There's so much information here that we don't know. At this time, Raikage was already in dire straits. This situation also happened in major ninja villages. All the shadows from the ninja village stood up in shock and said loudly. This is impossible, just when all the major countries and major ninja villages were shocked by this battle. In Konoha village, in a simple residence. Qixing sat on a dilapidated chair and murmured, there are so many strange guys in this ninja world. Why can people from the Pure Land come to the ninja world to move around freely? Are there no restrictions? Moreover, the scroll used by that guy was even weirder, and seemed more like items derived from other elements. Quote. What's even more strange is that the way that guy looked at me, he must have thought I was someone. Who could it be? Call. There are so many secrets in this ninja world. It seems that I will not be alone in the ninja world in the future. Then the corners of his mouth rose slightly. At this time, the system prompt tone also sounded. Ding. Congratulations, host. A total of 5,600 points were obtained this time. Close black lens bracket. System. 5,600 points can be drawn several times. Ding. The lottery system is divided into 3 levels. An ordinary lottery requires 100 points once, a premium lottery requires 1,000 points once, and a luxury lottery requires 10,000 points once. Close black lens bracket. Genema is a profiteer. Give me a normal lottery first. Ding. Won the ordinary carousel lottery. Ding. Congratulations to host for getting a bag of ordinary salt. Close black lens bracket. Looking at the salt in his hand, Qixing's brain suddenly stopped, and then he reacted and threw the bag of salt on the ground. Sister Yan, salt, this thing can also be a prize. Damn, please come out of the system and explain what the hell this salt is. Ding. Host, this is the 10,000 Realms lottery. The reason why there is no interface between the ordinary and elite lottery is because of this kind of lottery. You may draw good items or unknown things at any time. With a small gain, you can try again. Close black lens bracket. Use small things to make big things happen. At this time Qixing's eyes lit up. The system performs an ordinary 10 consecutive draws. Ding. 1,000 points have been deducted. Congratulations to host for getting 3 high-quality military food pills, and 1 machine that can eavesdrop on your heart. The girl's fatness 1, Fire Style, Phoenix Fairy Fire, Water Style, Water Body, Master Niu's Instant Noodles 2, Wukong Technique 1. Close black lens bracket. When the first 9 items appeared, Qixing had no illusions that anything good could come out. However, the last one gave him a surprise. Although Wukong Jutsu is not a powerful ability, Qixing has had a dream of flying since he was a child. Who doesn't want to fly freely in the sky? When he came to this ninja world, he wanted to fly in the sky. It's also difficult. Even cage-level experts will find it difficult to fly in the sky for a long time without special abilities. This Wukong technique came just right. But there is another item worthy of attention, and that is a machine that can eavesdrop on your heart. After clicking on it, I saw the introduction saying, this is a machine made by an advanced technological civilization. Its magic is that it can make the most delicious dishes in the world, and at the same time, the owner of the machine will hear the voice of the person who eats the dishes. Seeing this, Qixing lost interest. Didn't you ask me to be a chef? I want to become a man beyond 6 paths, how can I be a chef? He said and put away the machine. Systematically learn Wukong technique. Ding. Congratulations to host for learning Wukong technique. Proficiency 1%. Only 1%. Hey, it's a pity that I didn't get the automatic training editor. It seems that we have to keep going for a while. The next major plot event should be in Konoha 51. I don't know what trouble there will be by then. In the 7 Stars Way, time passed like water. 2 years passed quickly, and Konoha had reached 51 years in the blink of an eye. There have been more and more smiles on Qixing's face in the past 2 years. The 2 luxury draws rewarded in 2 years, although there are no particularly good items, are also a good choice to increase their power. In the past 2 years, Qixing has also left Konoha village many times, wearing a strange mask, and traveled to various countries, killing tens of thousands of ninjas in the wars between the 5 major countries. The most classic battle was a battle with the 2 cage-level experts from Cloud Shinobi Village and Mist Ninja Village, and both of them were seriously injured. Soon after Mizukage died, Raikage abdicated. Advertisement. This battle is called the Battle of Cloud and Mist 3. The strong man with the strange mask is also called Shira Monkey by the ninja world. When Qixing learned about this title, he could not complain. Nima Shira, there is no monkey. But this mask seems a bit like a monkey face. Should I change it to another one? In the past 2 years of continuous killing, Qixing has also accumulated a lot of points, but unfortunately, the big plot has not yet begun, and the points gained from killing are too few. If I could meet those guys from the Pure Land again, I would definitely make a lot of money by killing a few of them. Unfortunately, there is no Tianji Tower, and it is difficult to find their exact location. And the consumption of 10 points per day is the consumption of 3,650 points in a year, which is enough for Qixing to drink a pot. But he was very happy today. Because of the recent high-quality lottery, I got more and more good things, and my own strength became stronger and stronger. The 9-year-old Qixing looked at his physical attributes. Host. Uchiha Qixing. Age. 9 years old. Strength. Early Cage level. Combat strength. Early stage of Cage level, early stage of Super Shadow. Talent. Transform into Super Form, Bloodline Development Rate 9%. Skills. Grandmaster DA level Ninjutsu with various attributes. Level 2 of Dance in the Sky. Special ability. Complete Susanna. Kamui in the left eye, Distinguished Heavenly Gods in the right eye. Items. 20 bags of table salt, 30 bags of lollipops, 7 lighters, 15 boxes of Master Niu instant noodles, and some military grain pills. Various strange little objects. Points. 14,500. After 2 years of exploration, Qixing finally understood the system's lottery chances. What is given out every day must be an ordinary lottery, and every month, there will be a premium lottery at the end of the month. And only one luxury lottery will be given out every year. In the past 2 years, the strength has improved absolutely very fast. The only regret is that I have not come across those precious items that I have longed for. And today is the day to give away a luxurious lucky draw. With full expectations, skillfully clicked on the luxury carousel. Take a closer look. Holy shit. God has blessed me with 7 stars, and 5 god-level items are lying among them. If you get any one of them, you can develop. The top one is another super god-level item, the elementary Ultra Instinct, and the 2 bottom ones are actually the mysterious, Tianji Tower, and the even more mysterious, automatic training editor. On the left is Tiandongbo, and on the right is no longer Julingxuangjong among the 8 wonders. But another ability, Liuku Immortal Thief. Seeing these, Qixing's mouth watered. Depend on. What's wrong with the system? Why are the items in this lottery so powerful? There are so many good things, what do you want me to choose? Then he rolled his eyes. I want to use the system twice in a row. Ding. Do you want to spend a free luxury lottery opportunity, add 10,000 points, and perform 2 consecutive draws? Yes. Ding. 2 consecutive draws on the luxury turntable are in progress. At this time, the turntable was spinning crazily, and Qixing's eyes were staring at the pointer above without blinking. At a certain moment, the pointer pointed to Ultra Instinct, which made Qixing extremely awesome. Damn it, Laozi wants to become the strongest man in the world. However, the next moment, the pointer was still shaking tremblingly. Then he landed on the automatic training editor. Qixing, who was about to curse, suddenly realized that this editor is also heaven-defying. Although it is not invincible immediately, it can at least make me worry-free. And the second time it turned, the 7 stars closed their eyes. They were all good things, and losing any one of them would be a loss. Chapter 6. Establishing the secret building of heaven and deducing the secret of heaven. As the turntable continued to rotate, Qixing felt itchy and silently said in his heart, there must be the most heaven-defying one. If I hadn't seen such a good item, I wouldn't have spent 10,000 points. Suddenly, the system prompt sounded. Ding, congratulations to host for winning the Tianji Tower. Wow, you really get what you want. At this time, Qixing could only shout that the system was awesome. This time I will see where those Pure Land guys escape. But the next moment, when he saw that each deduction of the secret required 1,000 points, Qixing's heart began to bleed, and then a group of alpacas rushed past. You will call him the Profiteer system from now on. Ding, do you deny the master of Tianji Tower? Now that we have it, how can we let it go? Grit your teeth. Yes. Quote. Tianji Tower is recognizing its owner. Ding, congratulations host, you have been recognized by the Tianji Tower's tool spirit, and you can build the Tianji Tower at the location you need, you can take it back at any time. Ding, does the host use a level 1 automatic cultivation editor? Editor level 1 can only practice 2 abilities at the same time, and you can use points to upgrade the editor. Upgrading to level 2 requires 10,000 points. A profiteer is his own business. After saying this, Qixing looked at the editor carefully again. Miraculously, I discovered that there was a miniature martial arts arena inside, and on the martial arts arena, there were 2 translucent little people standing motionless in it. The system uses the editor. Ding, please host edit the abilities that need to be cultivated. Close black lens bracket. Kindness. Then let's practice my super bloodline and dance skills first. Editing is now complete. I only saw 2 translucent little people inside the editor, one sitting cross-legged and the other rising into the air. The next moment, some fragmentary pictures flashed through Qixing's mind, as if he was practicing those 2 abilities in the editor. This is really amazing. However, there is still a question, where should I build my secret building? After careful consideration, we decided to build the Tianji Tower near Ichiraku Ramen. After all, according to memory, the boss of Ichiraku Ramen was probably a super strong man, and the kind of person who lived in seclusion and did not care about the world. Because every time Konoha is destroyed, this Ichiraku Ramen restaurant is always safe. This is not just a coincidence. Although Tianji Tower is not that fragile, it is even less likely to be destroyed. But one thing more is worse than one thing less. Good Tao is the foundation for becoming stronger. Early the next morning, in Konoha village, next to Ichiraku Ramen, a 7-story high-rise building rose from the ground, overlooking the entire Konoha village. In front of the gate of the high-rise building, Tianji Tower, there are 3 big characters with flying dragons and phoenixes hanging on it. No one knows when this high-rise building was built. All I knew was that when he woke up, he was already standing there. For a moment, an undercurrent surged in Konoha village. All the major families received the news at the same time and were shocked. Because all the families know that being able to quietly build such a huge high-rise building in Konoha village overnight is definitely not something that just an ordinary person can do. Everyone wants to find out about this variable that is beyond the control of Konoha's top management. At this time, in the 3rd Hokage office, several Anbu members were kneeling on one knee and reporting news. And Danzo, the old man, also pushed in the door at this time. Yuan Fei Hiruzen was holding his big pipe and smoking non-stop. Why is Danzo here so early? Don't pretend to be confused, Hiruzen. How much do you know about the secret building that suddenly appeared this morning? Could it be the work of those old guys from Cloud Shinobi Village? After all, among the 5 major countries, they have the most hatred against me, Konoha. And the foundation is exposed at the least. Advertisement. I don't know. I just got the news, but since there is such a big commotion in my Konoha village, I think there will be some big action soon, so I can only send people to keep an eye on it first. I just hope it won't be related to the mysterious strong man from 2 years ago. At this time Danzo was disdainful. HMPH, no matter who dares to come to Konoha village to cause trouble, they must be prepared to die. Anbu was then sent to inquire. At this time, all the major families had different ideas and did not want to take the lead. After all, those who can build such a tall building overnight without being aware of it are definitely not just ordinary people. At the same time, Uchiha Qixing was standing blankly on the second floor of Tianji building, looking at everything in front of him. A huge disc stands in it. The disc rotates slowly, and the 8 trigrams on it are constantly changing. Occasionally, a hint of Hanabi will appear, and then disappear. Item Spirit, what on earth is this? Master, this is the celestial disc, which can deduce the past and the future. Of course, it is also related to the Master's strength. With the Master's current strength, he can at most forcefully deduce the general events that will happen or have happened within a day. And it must be specific to the person. Or only in this way can we get useful information. It's not bad. Damn it, I don't know what's going to happen in the ninja world. What's the use of you? Forget it, it's better than nothing. Qi Ling, go check out the 3rd floor. Master, you are not strong enough to open the door to the 3rd floor. I cannot take you up. Forehead, Cage level strength can only barely open the 2nd door. So if I transform into a Super Saiyan, can I go up there? Quote. No master, Tianji Tower only recognizes that your basic realm is Cage level. Even if you transform into a god, you can't go up to the 3rd floor. Forget it, let's deal with those strange guys first and improve our strength. With the Tianji disc, let's see how those guys can cause trouble for me. Qi Ling, what should I do to use this heavenly disc? The master only needs to put his hand on it and meditate on what needs to be deduced, and the Tianji disc will deduce it for you. So simple. Quote. As he spoke, Qixing placed his hands on the heavenly disc and silently thought about the pure land in his heart. Ding. I would like to ask the host if he will spend 2,000 points to deduce the pure land world. Close black lens bracket. Sigma dang. How come you, a profiteer, are everywhere? Let's deduce it. As soon as he finished speaking, the picture in Qixing's mind changed. Then the pictures were combined together and crazily poured into Qixing's brain. Just when his brain was about to be full, Qixing's hands left the Tianji disc, and the memories slowly became clear. Damn, there is another strange guy who actually colluded with Hokage to raid Konoha tonight. That old guy from Shinigami must have sent another mission. Do you want to tell that silly old guy from 3rd generation? Forget it, let's not say it. You may not believe it if you say it, and Danzo is the most suspicious one. It seems that there is something to do tonight. Hey, just as Qixing was about to leave, he suddenly thought of the system profiteers who were still raking in his own wool and asked quickly. System, I also have this Tianji tower, so my points won't be deducted anymore. Ding, the spirit of the Tianji tower will cover up the secrets for the host on its own. Host, please rest assured that today's points have been deducted and will not be returned. Close black lens bracket. Hearing this, Qixing curled his lips and secretly cursed the profiteer. At the same time, outside the Tianji building, many ordinary people with good deeds had gathered, and everyone was discussing. Dazu, this high-rise building didn't exist here yesterday. Why did it suddenly appear today? It can't be some immortal living in our Konoha village. Impossible. If the owner of this Tianji building is an immortal, Lord Hokage will definitely make an announcement. Maybe Lord Hokage didn't find out. Is this owner even more powerful than Lord Hokage? Chapter 7 The KB machine that can eavesdrop on people's voices. While everyone was talking outside, the weapon spirit sounded the alarm in the Tianji building. Master, there are several figures who want to enter the Tianji building from the roof. Can they come in? Don't worry, Master. Without my permission, basically no existence in this ninja world can easily come in. Unless there is a person who transcends this ninja world, there is still some hope, but if that kind of strong person comes, I don't think the law of heaven will turn a blind eye. Otherwise, no one can break through the defense of Tianji Tower and enter the Tianji Tower. Besides, even if there is that kind of strong person who wants to come in, you don't need to worry, because in the ninja world at this time, the children of destiny have not yet grown up. The power that the world can withstand can only exceed the 6 paths level at most. And if a guy of that level wants to destroy the Tianji Tower, how far is it? After receiving such a reply, Qixing finally felt at ease. But those little grasshoppers still need to be punished, otherwise they will not be able to live in peace in the future. While they were talking to the weapon spirit, several Anbu ninjas had already used various ninja tools to attack the Tianji Tower, trying to break through its defenses. Suddenly a cold snort rang in several people's ears. Court death. At this time, Qixing's figure quickly disappeared from the 2nd floor, and he had already arrived outside the building, standing in front of 3 figures. When the three of them saw Qixing, their eyes were stunned for a moment, and the next moment they were dead and in a different place. HMPH, a cold snort resounded around the Tianji building. All the guys hiding in the dark and peeping felt a murderous aura coming over them. They all fell silent. And this scene was being discovered by the hidden dark ninjas of the major families. No one dared to come forward anymore, because in their eyes, the strong man looked very familiar. That man was the mysterious strong man who fought with 9 tails 2 years ago. When some ordinary villagers saw this, they shouted. Look, everyone, it's that figure. He saved our entire Konoha 2 years ago. It's that gentleman, but his back is more majestic than before. I like it so much. When a young man next to him heard this, his hair stood on end. Auntie, I'm afraid you are 40 or 50 years old. Humph, young man, you just don't understand. Don't you have the right to pursue love when you are older? When the young man heard this, his hair exploded, and he stepped aside and did not dare to say anything. While everyone was having different opinions, Qixing seemed to have thought of something meaningful. The figure disappeared in front of everyone's eyes in an instant, and at this time, the door of Tianji Pavilion finally opened slowly in the curious eyes of everyone, and Qixing, who had changed his clothes, came from not far away, pushed through the crowd, and came to the door of Tianji Pavilion in front of the banner, directly hang a banner with the words, "Good business opening," at a high place and press it down with both hands. Everyone, be quiet. Today, the owner of Tianji building will open a restaurant here. I am lucky enough to be hired by the owner to be a clerk in this store. All the food served today will be written on the chopping board. If you are interested, you can come into the store to taste it. When these words were heard by the secret guards of various families, they felt strange. This is wrong. Is such a mysterious Tianji tower just a restaurant? However, no one dared to make mistakes at this time. After all, there were lessons learned from the past. As soon as Tianji restaurant opened, everyone rushed in curiously. Dozens of tables and chairs were arranged neatly. There are several strange vertical banners hanging on the surrounding walls. It says, Combat Strength List, Stunning List, Wealth List, Ninja Tool List, Ninjutsu List, etc. Various lists. Of course, the only function of these lists is positioning. As long as there are names on the lists, they can be located. Even if you die, your soul can be located. But these lists are of little use to Qixing, but he just likes this kind of thing and just plays. But at this time, all the lists were blank. A busybody asked. Brother, do you know why these lists are blank? Qixing heard this. Said. It's very simple. Because the author is collecting the information on these lists. Within 2 days, the Stunning Beauty list will be launched. All the top 10 stunning beauties in the ninja world will be on the list. Everyone must come here to appreciate it when the time comes. Ha ha ha. Everyone laughed lustfully after hearing this. At this time, some delicious diners gathered around a chopping board and stopped to watch. I saw dozens of dishes written on the chopping board, and the names sounded sweet and delicious. At this time, everyone had never seen these things before, and they all curiously started ordering, shouting, Staff, waiter. Here, I'd like to order some braised pig's trotters in broth, chicken feet with chopped pepper, and a bottle of Malaysian liquor. Advertisement. Someone at another table shouted. Little store manager, I'd like to order a piece of old Beijing handmade crispy noodles, a piece of assorted braised beasts, and a pot of Wonquella wine. At this time, various noises were heard, but Qixing was not an ordinary person. His hands were seen writing rapidly. In an instant, everyone's needs are written directly on paper. Everyone, please wait a moment. Now, enter the kitchen. From the system space, he took out all kinds of strange fast food that he had picked up in the past 2 years. With a variety of well-preserved fresh food. I thought I wouldn't use these at all, but I didn't expect that they came in handy today. Take another look at this machine that can eavesdrop on your heart, produced by Top Civilization. Qixing felt angry. This pit is better than a machine. It has to be AF********** G cooking machine. Only by eating the food cooked by this machine can you eavesdrop on other people's voices. Damn it. At first, the system asked Qixing to open a restaurant, but Qixing refused. But for the intelligence in those people's hearts, still reluctantly accepted the system's task. Although the bonus points are a little less, it is better than nothing. At this time Qixing took out the machine. I only heard human voices coming from the machine. Hello, master. You finally remembered me. My name is Xiao Kabi. I am a machine that loves to cook. With me, even if you are a pig, you can still make the best dishes in the entire continent. Depend on. Damn, who are you looking down on? Quote. Of course, even the most stubborn person can hear his voice at any time as long as he eats the food I cook. The effect lasts for 12 hours. Quote. The higher my level, the longer it lasts. I hope the master can spend more points to upgrade me. Ying ying ying. The latter sentence cost 7 stars points to ignore, but this sentence made Qixing's hair stand on end. Nima lousy. One by one, he kicked the monster. After saying that, he kicked the guy over. Then he threw all the ingredients collected in the past 2 years into Wei Wei's belly, and only heard the buzzing of the machine. 5 minutes later, a door to the machine opened, and the master tortured me 1,000 times. I treated him like my first love. Hey, the master's food is ready. Qixing looked at this unreliable whining monster and roared, "Stop making that weird noise, be normal." "Thank you, master, I received the side dishes." Qixing covered his head and almost drooled as he looked at the dozens of exquisite dishes in front of him, neatly arranged on the table. Although unreliable, this dish is really good. Then he took out a few dishes, tore up a piece of Old Beijing instant noodles, put them in, and sprinkled the seasoning on them. Old Beijing handmade crispy noodles are completed. When it was time to serve food, when Qixing came over with various dishes, dozens of pairs of eyes stared at the dishes. The smell and color made people want to stop. Then there are Malantian spirits, red sorghum spirits, and Wonquelo spirits. As soon as the bottle cap was opened, everyone's faces turned red. At this time, the dishes were served, and some people from Anbu followed in to gather information. But when they tasted this delicious food, they had forgotten why they came in. "I can't help but sigh. This is the best food I've ever had in my life. I'm going to eat it again tonight." Another said, "After drinking this wine once, I realized what a strong drink is. The ones I drank before were even worse than urine." Quote. Why on earth, have I not tasted this unique taste in the world until now? No, I'm going to drift off. Quote. Immediately, the words in the hearts of the three people were heard completely by Qixing. Sure enough. These foods will allow you to get more useful information. This is also one of the reasons why Qixing decided to open this Tianji restaurant here. At this time, the business here was extremely booming, and several Anbu reluctantly chose to leave Tianji restaurant because they had missions. As soon as the few people walked out of the door, they rushed towards the Hokage office. However, they didn't know that this kind of strong liquor was most afraid of the wind, and it would get drunk when people give it nicknames. At this time, the three of them suddenly felt dizzy, but they still insisted on coming to Hokage's office. Chapter 8 The Pure Land People Attack Again. As soon as they entered Hokage's office, the three people were staggered and their faces were red, which was a sign of being drunk. At this time, third generation was furious. "You three bastards, I asked you to go find out the information, but you went to drink. Even if you drink, you still drink such fragrant wine." Quote. Then third generation once water style sobered the three of them. The three people reported the information about Tianji Tower in silence. The three people here are still being scolded by the third generation old man. The guests here at Qixing have almost left and are beginning to relax. Suddenly, a thin figure appeared outside the door, sticking out half of his head to look at the situation inside the store. There seemed to be three whiskers on both sides of the thin face, and it looked very much like a cat. How could Nanashi not recognize this child? It was obvious that this was 3-year-old Naruto. At this time Qixing waved. "Kid, what's your name?" "Hello, Big Brother O_O. My name is Uzumaki Naruto. I am a man who aspires to become a Hokage. Where's the big brother? Then call me Brother Qixing." "Well, okay, Brother Qixing." Quote. "I heard that the old Beijing handmade crispy noodles here taste very good. I think I want to buy a pack." As he spoke, he took out 100 taels that were crumpled in his hands. "Oh, 100 taels, you can buy 2 packs. Said Nanahe took out the crispy noodles and handed them to Naruto's hand. "I will give you a pack of 7-star seasoning packs as a gift." Quote. "Come on Naruto. Tear this packet of seasoning open." "Yes, then pour a little bit onto the palm of your hand. Yes, then stick out your tongue and lick it. How does it taste?" Quote. "Kindness. Brother Qixing, this tastes really wonderful. I will let my friends with me taste it soon." Quote. "Well, let's eat slowly when we get back. Thank you Brother Qixing," he said and trotted away. As for the people in the store, one group left and another group came. This is just Qixing's side job, so you can't spend too much time here. The business hours will be modified immediately. Today was spent in such busyness, and just when Qixing was about to close, an old man smoking a pipe walked over slowly. The old man recognized Qixing before he even entered the door. "Xiao Qixing, how could it be you?" "Well, old man from third generation, I am a regular clerk hired by the owner of Tianji building. It's closing today, why does the third generation old man also want to taste the delicious food here?" Quote. "Ha ha ha, that's right, give me a piece of braised pig's trotters and a pot of good man's red." A few minutes later, the old man from third generation ate the braised pig's trotters in the store and praised it profusely. The moment he drank it and turned red, the third generation's thoughts turned out to be the same as that of the man just now. "What the hell did I drink before? It's exactly what those three guys said. It's worse than P***s. Qixing also eavesdropped on a lot of useful information from the hearts of third generation. The most interesting thing is Danzo's thoughts. Third generation knows everything about it, but because of being gay and more because of his love for Danzo, he tolerates Danzo many times. Qixing's heart trembled when he saw this. Nah, this guy actually has a homosexual crush on Danzo. Qixing is standing upside down with goosebumps all over his body at this moment. And time passed slowly in this weird atmosphere. Night is coming soon. At this time, the dark clouds in the sky were filled with murderous intent. It seems a battle is inevitable. On the other side, in Cloud Shinobi Village, Raikage is on the first floor. On the left and right sides, there were two strange men in black robes. Advertisement. No one knows where they come from, and no one knows how powerful they are. The only information is that one of them killed an elite Jonin next to Hokage with one hand. Seeing this scene, Hokage's pupils shrank. Even if I take action myself, I can't easily kill an elite Jonin when I'm on guard. This guy is very dangerous. But luckily, these two people are here to help Hokage destroy Konoha village. Fortunately, they are not enemies. No matter what the other party's purpose is, as long as the goals are consistent, there is room for negotiation. At this time Lei Yan said, I don't know if you two have any requests, just ask them. The two looked at each other and fell into memories. The two of them are also strange. They accepted the mission issued by Shinigami this morning and went to the ninja world to eliminate an alien. That person was in Konoha village. He is 1.5 meters tall and likes to wear a monkey face mask. There is no more specific information. It stands to reason that Jodo's intelligence capabilities are unparalleled in the ninja world. The task will not be released before getting the exact information from the other party. After all, the mission target is so mysterious, it is very likely that the mission target cannot be found, or the mission target is dead. If the mission target is still there and the mark can be erased, it will definitely not be easy. And the rewards are so great. The two of them found it incredible. There were originally higher-level beings who wanted to take over the mission, but when they saw that it was Konoha village, the country of fire, they all chose to give up. Could there be something terrifying in Konoha village? If it were true, the risk would be too great. However, what these two people don't know is that in the past 2 years, Shinigami has released many low-level missions to find information about this mysterious man. In the end, they all returned in vain. And Shinigami cannot interfere with the operation of the ninja world's heavenly way. He originally wanted to issue powerful missions many times to directly destroy Konoha, but he was discovered by the ninja world's heavenly way. In the end, everything was in vain. Forcibly interfering with the movement of heavenly Tao will do more harm than good to the growth of heavenly Tao will in the Pure Land. So until now, the only choice is to increase the difficulty of the task and increase the rewards. The ninja world's heavenly way will not be allowed to exceed this time, and strong people outside the scope will be allowed to enter. In the end, the task was taken over by these two people. When the two left the Pure Land and appeared in the ninja world, they found that it was at the end of Konoha's 51st year. The moment before Hokage attacks Konoha at night. The two felt blessed by God. Entering Konoha like this, Hokage and the others will contain those cage-level experts. It is not easy for the two of them to capture that alien. They are not worried that this alien is too strong. Because both of them have cage-level abilities. There are even scrolls that can be played beyond cage level. Otherwise, it would not be like this. He suddenly came to the Parliament Hall of Hokage with confidence. The two looked at Hokage. Road. There is no need. We and I don't like ordinary things. You just need to contain the top leaders of Konoha, and we will help you find the strongest in Konoha and kill them. How about this deal? Quote. Hokage thought for a moment. Okay. Happy cooperation. Let's go. With that said, he led a group of ninjas towards Konoha village, and these two men in black robes were flying in the air at this time. This scene once again shocked the ninjas. Even Hokage is extremely envious of him. He can count the number of flying ninjutsus on one hand in the ninja world. Not in his mind. Hokage shouted, go with all your strength. At this time, hundreds of figures flickered in and out of the forest. In Konoha village, the lights are brightly lit. The door of Tianji building is closed, and a small sign is hung on the door wall, saying it is closed for an uncertain time. At this time, Uchiha Qixing, using the cover of night, was standing thousands of meters in the sky, looking into the distance. Mangekyo turned on and could only be seen more than 10 kilometers away. Hundreds of chakra are rapidly heading towards Konoha village. Chapter 9 Glasses in the Crotch. At this time, third generation received the news. I know that Cloud Shinobi village has been reached. Immediately lead the backbone to intercept. I saw third generation Sarutobi leading hundreds of people, running quickly above the treetops. In order to prevent the war from spreading to the village. Only choose those who confront Cloud Shinobi head on. The two parties met 20 kilometers away from Konoha. There was no courtesy between the two parties, and suddenly the sky was filled with fire and dust was flying. After a round of exchanges of ninjutsu of various levels, hundreds of figures suddenly collided with each other. I saw third generation taking the lead, rushing to the front, and starting a duel with Hokage. At this time, Sarutobi Hiruzen quickly formed seals with his hands. Ninjutsu with various attributes are all at your fingertips. Both sides exchanged ninjutsu, but Hokage is obviously stronger in strength and physical skills. At this time, in terms of ninjutsu, Hokage has fallen into a disadvantage. Qixing praised, he is truly a ninja who is known as a doctor of ninjutsu. This also allowed Qixing to learn several good ninjutsu again. As for Hokage, although he is at a disadvantage, he will recover quickly no matter how injured he is. This battle will probably be a protracted one. And Uchiha Qixing, standing in the sky, was watching with excitement. Suddenly, Mangekyo discovered that there were two strange chakras approaching Konoha village. The two were also very powerful and soon discovered the Uchiha Qixing in the sky. The three of them just looked at each other. A delicate situation formed. At this time, the two of them compared the 7 stars with their own goals, and found that this person seemed to be the mission person released by Shinigami. On the other hand, Qixing's series of weird movements made the two of them look confused. What is that guy doing? One of them asked curiously. The other person shook his head. The Shinigami mission introduction said that person is very strong, so we should be careful. That guy must be observing our flaws. There seems to be something shining in the eyes of the monkey face. They must have discovered our flaw. Be careful with hidden weapons. Quote. Speaking of this, the two of them quickly retreated 1,000 meters. Qixing touched his head, not sure why. With a pig-like look on his face, he continued to wait for the drawing time. When the two people in the distance saw this, they backed away again. Brother Tiger, what's going on with him? The fight hasn't started yet, why are you laughing? You know nothing. This is called master style. He doesn't take us seriously at all. But be careful, that kid is definitely not simple. No matter if he is cheating or not, just back off a little bit. At this time, the system refresh time has finally arrived. Ding. The system starts the lottery. Ding. The prize draw is in progress. Close black lens bracket. Ding. Congratulations to host for getting the combat power detector. 10,000 peak. Hearing such a thing, Qixing was stunned for a moment, then he felt happy and directly put his hand into his crotch. When the two people in the distance saw this, Qixing made another move, and they were shocked. Brother Hu, be careful, that guy is going to take out a hidden weapon. Move away quickly. At this time, Qixing had already pulled out his hand, and all he saw was a pair of glasses, which Qixing took out from his loose crotch. As for the items in the space, why do you have to reach into your crotch to get them? It's not just that the system is a trap. As long as you scold the system, there will be some strange punishments. Depend on. Of course, Qixing could only think these words in his mind and could not let the system hear them. But Qixing didn't care about this at this time. Look at the thing in your hand. It turns out that this is a device for detecting combat power. However, the smell wafting from it made Qixing somewhat familiar. It smells so damn good. Advertisement. Then he put it in front of his eyes and looked at the two of them. I saw two values soaring rapidly. Finally, one stopped at 2,420 points and the other stopped at 2,520 points. Not bad. This kind of fighting power is only a little lower than what I am at this time. It is already much stronger than the average cage level. Only this kind of opponent can test my true fighting ability. Quote. However, the lips of the two people opposite were slightly open, obviously in a state of shock. Nima, I thought it was some kind of hidden weapon, but this guy took out his glasses from his crotch. Depend on. You on Mew. How to do it. This guy is very strange, and we have absolutely no information about him. This battle is difficult to fight. Quote. Why don't you retreat first, Brother Tiger? Let's collect information first. It's hard to come here and it costs so much. Isn't it a shame to just go back like this? I still don't believe that he can easily deal with us. Quote. As they spoke, the two of them flashed and ran toward Qixing at top speed. At this time, Qixing stood in the void and stuffed the combat power detector into his crotch. The corners of his mouth raised slightly. Smiling contemptuously, I don't know whether to live or die. As he said this, he formed a seal with his left hand, and a 100-meter fireball rushed towards the two of them. Using his right hand, he changed his ninjutsu and saw a terrifying gale palm, pushing the fireball towards the two of them at a faster speed. The two of them were slightly shocked when they saw this. One held a sword with one hand and pointed it straight at the sky. The other held a sword with both hands and slashed it down vertically. I saw countless sword rains in the sky stabbing the 7 stars. And on that sword, a 100-meter-long sword light slashed directly towards the fireball. At this time, Qixing's hands changed again, Mangekyo rotated in his eyes, and his figure began to become illusory. And the fireball hundreds of meters in size exploded directly before it came into contact with the sword light. With a bang, the night sky was illuminated brightly. The three figures retreated 1,000 meters. The villagers who were still playing in Konoha village at this time. Look up at the sky. Wow, these fireworks are so beautiful. Quote. The two people fighting against Qixing were in ragged clothes and looked a little embarrassed. His face was full of disbelief. FK, the two ninjutsu this guy just performed were all F*********GC level. But why is that power stronger than other people's A-level ninjutsu? Quote. Lousy believes this damn micro-nuclear bomb. Could it be that all the information Lousy collected before he came here is false? Is the current ninja world so dangerous? Quote. Depend on. After spending so much time, did I learn to be lonely? Damn it. Brother Hu, I suspect this guy is a cheater. Use your trump card quickly. Otherwise, we both have to answer here today. With that said, the two of them took out 2 strange cards from the ring. Looking at this thing with a painful expression, he murmured. I spent 2S level ninjutsu to get this from that guy. Hope you won't disappoint me, he said with a loud roar, wearing armor with authority. The cards in their hands disappeared, and then their bodies were wrapped in a suit of armor that looked like Susanoo. At this time, Qixing took out the combat power detector again. The combat power of the two people in front of him had exceeded 5,000 points. This made Qixing's little heart tremble constantly. How rare is it to have an evenly matched opponent? Today I finally got what I wanted. Chapter 10 Brother, stop playing, we will say everything. At this time, the two people on the other side stopped talking nonsense. One of them reached out and took out a flaming sword, and the other took out a fluorescent gun. Directly use the special skill, Instant Shadow Slash. I saw an armored figure disappearing from the spot, suddenly appearing above Qixing's head, and the fire sword slashed down, even the space was burned. The other armored figure was so fast that even the terrifying Eternal Mangekyo could only barely keep up with that figure. The figure was like lightning, and a very fast gun shadow had already hit Qixing's eyebrows. At this time, the 7 stars Mangekyo rotate rapidly. The attacks of the two men directly split Qixing into 2 halves. Next moment, the figure that was split into 2 parts turned into a puddle of water and fell to the ground. Water body, this guy reacts so quickly. Looking at Qixing again, the figure appeared 100 meters away. I saw milky white chi all over his body, instantly pouring out. A white giant with a height of more than 10 meters appeared. The 2 armored figures were shocked when they saw this is Susanoo. Doesn't it mean that only people from the Uchiha family who have activated Mangekyo can do this stunt? Could it be that this guy in front of me is Uchiha Madara? Quote. G Shinigami, this loser, at this stage, let the two of us fight this guy. Isn't this a food delivery? Brother Tiger, why don't we just let him go? If that doesn't work, we'll retreat. HMPH, at least Lousy has seen the world, how can he disappear into thin air in a place like this? On board, he said that the two of them had a great tacit understanding. Both of them opened their own illusion space and enveloped the 7 stars. I saw the two guys snap their fingers for some reason, and then they started to rush towards Qixing. Their figures were so far away that they couldn't see them, and they kicked Qixing into the sky. Immediately, he struck several times with the flaming knife and the fluorescent spear. Only the light of the knife and the shadow of the spear hit Qixing's body. In the end, the two men's terrifying killing skills ended Qixing's life. Just when the two were surprised, the body that fell to the ground turned into a burst of smoke and disappeared in the next moment. Then Qixing's real body clapped his hands and came to the two of them. It was indeed a wonderful performance. But your card, I'm really curious about where the cards come from. The two of them felt cold when they saw this. At the same time, he shouted, impossible, I have obviously pulled him into my illusion space. How could that guy escape? Quote. The shocked two people released the illusion space and looked at the 7 stars in front of them again. The position of the 3 people at this time was actually the same position when they first met. Not moved at all. One shout, no way. Then the two of them thought of something. Illusion. How could there be such a strong illusion? When did I fall into his illusion? Did we fall under his illusion from the very beginning, the moment we saw each other's eyes? By this time, the armor on their bodies had dissipated. Maybe the time has come. It may also be that the two of them know that they are no match at all. At this time, the two of them looked at each other, their figures separated instantly, and they quickly retreated. In just the blink of an eye, they had already flown 1,000 meters away. The two of them were so happy that they quickly formed seals with their hands, and an illusory door opened 100 meters in front of them. Seeing this, Qixing murmured, is that the door to the Pure Land? When my strength increases, I will go and see that wonderful world. At this moment, Qixing looked at the 2 running figures from the corner of his eyes, and raised the corners of his mouth. Escape. Where can you escape to? As he activated the space-time ninjutsu, the 7-star figure was swallowed by the rotating time and space. And the 2 people who were overjoyed were about to step into the illusory door. Finally escape from the clutches of this demon. Just after saying this, the next moment, a white hand was placed on a person's shoulder, and the person was trembling all over, desperately trying to get away. But to no avail, he was directly dragged back to the ninja world by Qixing. Advertisement. Another person was also manipulated by Qixing. Caught back. At this time, both of their livers and gallbladders were broken, and their hearts were filled with despair. What's more, in his heart is shock. If this guy wasn't Madara, Lousy would be standing on his head and shitting. Damn that G piece of shit Shinigami, he asked someone to come here before the information was clear. At this time, the two of them greeted the Shinigami family in their hearts, but faced Qixing. They did not dare to make a sound and looked quietly at the monkey-faced masked man in front of them. The little thoughts in my heart are extremely vivid. At this time, Qixing was originally going to ask the two of them some questions about the Pure Land, but the next moment he changed his mind. It's not that I don't want to know the answer, but to use other methods to obtain information about the Pure Land. If the two of them tell the secret of the Pure Land Shinigami in such a frank manner, then the terrifying death word technique will be activated. The consequences are self-evident. Then I won't get any information. But these two guys can hear what they are thinking as long as they eat the dishes made by my Xiao Sai Bai. Perhaps this is the best way to bypass the death speak. Unexpectedly, this cheating machine also has its benefits. Quote. Then he said to the two of them, you just need to eat this braised pig's trotters, and I will let you two go. How about that? At this time, the two of them were shocked. This must be G decapitation meal. I don't want to eat. Brother, stop playing, we will talk about everything. Really, we will tell you everything you want to know. Wait a minute, I don't want to know anything. Eat the FK right now. At this time, the two of them were extremely aggrieved and in tears. Looking at the pig's trotters in front of me, I bit into them one by one. He licked his lips from time to time, thinking that the decapitated meal was so delicious. The other person also took out wine from his backpack. He took a swig. Brother, drink. If you drink too much, we will be free. The two of them thought about the next scene for a while. Drinking like crazy, Qixing's face was filled with questions. While the two pig trotters were finished eating, the two of them burped. Face flushed. Looking at Qixing, he rolled his tongue and started to get knotted when he spoke. At this time, Qixing activated the ability to eavesdrop on his heart, only to find out. These two idiots, after they get drunk, all they think about is women. Damn it, how long has this been going on, and you still have this thought? Nah, Lousy didn't let you drink. You are my G prisoners now. Please be serious. I saw the two of them still beeping non-stop. 7 stars and a phoenix fire directly burned the two of them awake. At this time, the two people's black robes were burned cleanly, and their bodies were scorched black. They looked at each other and felt even more aggrieved. At this moment, Qixing's cold voice reached their ears. You don't have to answer anything I ask, you just need to think about it in your mind. Understand. Quote. I understand, brother. At this time, the two of them were confused. But people under the eaves have to bow their heads. Then Qixing asked, how does the world in the Pure Land compare to the ninja world? One of them was about to say something when Qixing slapped his head with a big mouth. FK, I told you not to G talk, just think in your heart. The two looked at Qixing with aggrieved eyes. I thought in my mind, you have no idea what we are thinking in our hearts. Then he was slapped on the top of his head again. Don't think about insignificant G questions. Ask you whatever you think. Do you understand? Yes. Big brother. Quote. This guy is actually able to hear what we are thinking. How is this different from a god? At this moment, the two finally gave up their thoughts of escaping and cooperated wholeheartedly with Qixing's interrogation. Chapter 11 The Secret of the Pure Land and the New Strong Man. Qixing's face was as cold as frost at this moment, thinking about the question I just asked. This time there was finally no mistake. Qixing also knew the vastness of the Pure Land, and knew that the Pure Land was even larger than the ninja world. Then he asked again, are all the Pure Lands filled with souls? Then why do you two have physical bodies? They both thought at the same time. Of course they are all soul bodies. If strangers go there, they will be slowly eroded, and finally the physical body will collapse. When the two of us came to the Yang realm, we were not strong enough, and we must have the support of the physical body to survive for a day. Qixing asked again, where did the card in your hands come from? That thing doesn't seem to be from the ninja world. The two of them were shocked. We exchanged it from other spirits. There is a large city in the Pure Land called Wanji City. There are many strange and weird items for sale and exchange there. We can also receive many tasks from Shinigami-sama. Quote. The mission can go to several other worlds. As long as someone on the other side provides the coordinates, of course you have to pay the price yourself. What price did you pay for coming to the ninja world? The two looked at each other. I thought in my heart, we didn't pay much. We just spent some spiritual liquid to find 2 good bodies. We are people from the ninja world. When we return to the ninja world, we don't need to cover up like going to other worlds. Only items with the breath of your own soul dare to go there. So what price do you need to pay to travel to other worlds? We don't know, we just heard that we need to contribute our souls. Hearing this, Qixing frowned. What exactly does Shinigami want to do? He has reached out to other worlds. Does he want to include all the dead in his Pure Land? This obviously goes against Six Paths reincarnation theory, doesn't he think? For half an hour, Qixing asked the two people dozens of questions, and finally understood the special nature of the Pure Land space. Nanahoshi guessed that this Shinigami wanted to make the Pure Land space the same as the reincarnation space. Come and collect the origins of each world for him. I didn't expect that guy to have such a mind. The issue Qixing is most concerned about is how to return to the Earth, but there is no answer. Because the two of them have never left the Pure Land space since they entered it, and they have only reached where they are today by struggling at the lowest level. At this time, the two GN Qixing did not speak, and there was a sudden uneasiness in their hearts. I kept praying in my heart. Finally, the two people's uneasiness came true, and the ruthless Qixing finally took action against these two people. After letting the tiger go back to the mountain, Qixing will never leave hidden dangers for himself, even in the previous life. They saw the pupil of Qixing's right eye suddenly shrinking, and circles of patterns spinning in it. The two looked at Qixing in horror. Next moment, the two of them knelt down. Sir, what are your orders? Qixing did not hesitate and immediately ordered the two of them to commit suicide to avoid a long night of nightmares. I saw 2 daggers suddenly appearing in their hands. The daggers flashed with cold light and plunged into their chests. There was a crisp pop, and the two fell to the ground. Qixing also breathed a sigh of relief, and it was finally over. But just as Qixing was preparing to burn the corpse, he felt that his energy was being consumed extremely quickly. What happened? The next second, Qixing knew the answer. I saw a spiritual light flying from the chest of one of the two people who had just fallen to the ground. The spiritual light quickly lengthened, and then an invisible force descended on him. I saw the spiritual energy all over that person suddenly burst out, and he rushed forward in an instant. Turn on the illusion control of Qixing. Seeing this, Qixing retreated quickly, feeling a sense of danger arise spontaneously. The man waved his hand casually, and the two people who had fallen to the ground just now had their meridians surging and exploded instantly. The thick blood mist and two fist-sized oars were all sucked into his belly in one gulp. Advertisement. The figure that was originally in a spiritual state instantly took on a body of flesh and blood. Standing 1,000 meters away, Qixing, with light flashing in his pupils, heard the man say disdainfully. Illusion is useless to me, so don't waste your efforts. You seem to be different from those little guys in the ninja world. Are you a container for the Otsutsuki gang? Qixing frowned and did not answer. It doesn't matter if you don't say it, after all, it doesn't matter anymore. Quote. 2 years. Finally there is news from you. Quote. Do you know how much resources I have spent on finding you in the past 2 years? But it's all worth it. After all, the reward for catching you is too tempting. As he spoke, he showed a yearning look. Then the conversation changed. In order to get you, I paid a huge price this time and came to the ninja world from the Pure Land. Although I don't like anything here at all. But there are strangers like you here. No wonder those guys want you. Hey. Quote. Ha ha ha. I don't even want to hand you over to him. At this time Qixing finally understood. This guy must be a high-level person in the Pure Land. One look at that crazy expression and you knew he was a madman. But no matter how strong he is in the Pure Land, at this point in time, when he reaches the Yang realm, he will be suppressed below the 6 paths level. Am I still afraid of him? At this time, it is better to strike first. No more reservations. Directly transform into Super Saiyan. Her blonde hair reaches to the sky. Then he forms seals with both hands very quickly. Wind style. Practice blank ammunition. Fire style. Long Yan sings. I saw hundreds of blank bullets in the sky at this time, mixed with the song of dragon flames with a diameter of 1,000 meters. Fly towards the strong man in the Pure Land who has a physical body. The man saw this. More excitement, more crazy laughter. He murmured in his mouth. It's really interesting. Is this the Saiyan bloodline? No wonder those guys are so strong even in spirit form. The effects of the ninjutsu used were increased by more than 10 times. I hope this body can be more supportive. Quote. As he said this, he saw that this man's aura was rising. The energy around him poured into this body crazily. The muscles all over his body began to bulge. His figure suddenly grew 1 meter taller. The muscles of the whole body are like water poured by fine iron. The whole person just stood defenseless in the sky. Directly blocked all Qixing's attacks. His figure only took a few steps back. I saw this ruthless man say. The power has actually increased by more than 10 times. Then he patted the smoke dust on his body with one hand. At this time, he was completely naked, but there was no trace of injury on his body. The man stopped talking nonsense, stretched out one hand, and a terrifying light quickly condensed on his fingertips and shot towards the 7 stars. Qixing felt the threat of death from this light, and saw the silver-white energy all over Qixing suddenly burst out. A Susanoo nearly 100 meters away stood in the void. At this time, the Susanoo giant held a long sword in his hand and slashed down. The terrifying light ball directly shattered the long sword in Susan's hand, and the light ball also disappeared just as it was about to hit the 7 stars. However, the next moment I saw the reincarnator put his thumb into his mouth. A whistle sounded throughout the void. Come out, my guardian spirit. Chapter 12 The Strong Men from the Pure Land Attack, the Desperate 7 Stars. In Qixing's shocked eyes, he saw only a headless shadow 100 meters tall, with its breasts as its eyes and its navel as its mouth. Wearing gilt animal armor, he holds a shining axe in his right hand and a huge bronze square shield in his left hand. This is exactly what the ancient demon god Xingtian is like in Chinese legends. Nima, a strong person with this kind of strength may have surpassed the level of 6 paths. Fortunately, this heavenly way is not a vegetarian. Quote. As he spoke, he took out the combat power detection device and observed the Xingtian giant. He saw that the values on the glasses kept jumping upwards. Xingtian's combat power soared unexpectedly, his aura had surpassed that of the late Super Shadow stage, and he could enter the 6 paths realm with just one kick. This realm was far beyond the ordinary Super Cage level. This is still a case of being suppressed by the law of heaven. If I hadn't been suppressed, I would have knelt down directly. Shinigami, you drafter, you old fool. Sooner or later, Laozi will destroy your pure world. How dare you let such a strong man come here to bully a 10-year-old child like me? Hello, would you like some billion? At this moment, Qixing kept cursing that old Shinigami in his heart. At the same time, I am even more curious about what kind of reward can attract a strong person with such strength. At this time, Qixing changed the topic. Do you think I will admit defeat? Snort. How naive. Quote. After saying that, Qixing no longer held back, and let out a roar that shook the sky. Ah, transfer super form, open. The entire Konoha village, and even Yuan Fei and Raikage 10 kilometers away, all heard Qixing's terrifying roar. Everyone stopped what they were doing and looked at the figure in the sky. I saw the 100-meter-long white figure in the sky, suddenly spitting out thousands of rays of light. Light up the whole sky. Circles of energy ripples emanated from the body of the 100-meter Susan, and then the complete Susan transformed again. Only the white Susan was seen. After being wrapped by the golden energy, the whole body became more solid, and the whole body was covered with white armor. It has been converted into a golden gilt armor, shining brightly. At this time, Qixing's combat effectiveness has increased tenfold, and his aura has reached the super shadow stage. But compared with the opposite demon god Xingtian, his strength is still inferior. The cultivation of the Super Saiyan bloodline has also reached a critical moment. 9.9% is just 0.1 short of breaking through again, transforming into another stage of the Super Sailor, and increasing the strength of the whole body 20 times. Unfortunately, it is just a little short of that. But how could Qixing sit still and wait for death? The 100-meter-long sword in his hand is ready to go. Swinging down suddenly, the reincarnator on the opposite side saw this and shouted excitedly. Awesome, really awesome, not bad power. Ha ha ha. After saying this, he saw the man standing on Xingtian's neck, replacing his head. At this time, Xingtian held up the huge axe that opened the sky, and a 1,000-meter-long axe light slashed towards the golden Susan. I saw the 1,000-meter sword light in Susanna's hand colliding with the 1,000-meter axe light. There was a loud explosion, and a terrifying energy shock wave swept away, and the dazzling light stung everyone's eyes. When everyone below looked at the battlefield again, they heard Xingtian shouting loudly, slashing through the sky, and the next moment he threw the giant axe in his hand. When the giant axe was about to hit the golden Susan, Xingtian shouted again, "Open the mountain." At this moment, Qixing already felt the threat of death. I saw the golden Susanai, Nanahoshi raising the golden air shield with his left hand, and quickly forming seals with his right hand. Lightning style, hammer of thunder. Everyone below saw the golden lightning war hammer quickly condensed into a golden thunder war hammer in the hand of golden Susan, and it was suddenly thrown out. With a bang, the thunder war hammer and the Qixing giant axe collided together. It only lasted 2 seconds before it was split into two, and then exploded. At this time, the giant axe was carrying the power of breaking mountains, and its power was slightly reduced, and it hit the golden Susano's air shield. Advertisement. Qixing was shocked in his heart, as a terrifying sharp force seemed to hit him. Immediately, he pressed all his energy on the air shield. The power of the giant axe was so strong that it directly knocked the golden Susanna away 1,000 meters. Half kneeling in the void, he stabilized his body, and then looked at the air shield in his hand. Countless cracks have appeared. Even Susan's left hand began to become transparent. Qixing's body's chi was consumed by more than half. At this time, I was anxious. Is it necessary to use the 8 inner gates that I got in the lottery not long ago? But the body of a 10-year-old is already at its limit when it reaches the 5th gate. In this case, it is basically impossible to reach the 5th gate. It works. However, how could the demon god Xingtian give Qixing time to think? I don't know when the giant axe was held in his hand again, and Xingtian shouted loudly, "Slash to the ground." He saw it suddenly jumping in the direction of golden Susan. On the giant axe in the void, blood-red light kept flowing, and a bloody aura shot straight into the sky. With this chopping force, even the void was split apart. At this time, a curse word burst out from Qixing's mouth, "FK." The ancient Chinese demon god is really terrifying. I have absolutely no experience fighting this kind of demon god. But lousy Qixing is not a vegetarian either. I saw Qixing at this moment, all the energy in his body gathered in his right fist again. Terrifying energy exploded from Susano. 8 inner gates, Duman, open. As soon as he shouted these words, a burst of green energy swirled around the 7 stars, and then the 7 stars' bodies seemed to be exploded by the terrifying energy, and cracks began to appear. It must be the Super Sailor transformation, and the 8-gate transformation, plus Susano, are all abilities that increase physical combat power. Qixing's young body simply couldn't bear it. But there was no other way. At this time, Qixing still risked physical damage and opened the 5th gate. This was already the limit of this thin body. If he drove further up, he might not be killed by the opponent, but he would be exploded by the violent energy. At this time, Qixing just shouted, "Thrust out from hell," with a single hand, and the huge figure of 100 meters rushed forward. Boom. The violent energy fist shadow collided with the bloody axe blade. Boom. The big axe that opened the sky came out of his hand. At this time, Susan's fist had disappeared without a trace. A mouthful of blood spit out from Qixing's mouth. And blood began to ooze all over his body. 2 figures that were hundreds of meters away retreated 10,000 meters away. Looking at Xingtian again, the majestic figure also had cracks and began to dim. It seemed that too much energy was used and it could no longer maintain the shadow in the ninja world. Qixing's eyes narrowed and he checked Xingtian's combat power again. Sure enough, the combat power value has dropped to more than 40,000. Now Qixing is more confident. This guy is just a paper tiger. Lousy will drag you to death. As he spoke, countless ninjutsu rushed toward Xingtian, water style, mist shinobi technique, and the thick fog that covered the sky directly blocked Xingtian's sight. Wind style, practice blank bombing. Fire style, fire dragon flame bomb. Water style, water dragon bomb. 3 powerful ninjutsu flew next to Xingtian from 3 directions. Fire dragons and water dragons hundreds of meters in size lit up the sky. Thousands of blank ammunition led the way and rushed towards Xingtian. When Xingtian was wondering why those attacks were deflected, three kinds of terrifying energy were intertwined and exploded next to Xingtian, and the sky became bright for an instant. There was a loud bang. The power of this moment. I'm afraid it's comparable to a small nuclear bomb. Chapter 13 The Battle with the Devil. At this time, an extremely dazzling white light illuminated the entire sky. After the white light weakened, the ninjas below squinted their eyes and looked at the sky. They saw a huge mushroom cloud rising in the sky 10,000 meters above. Everyone unconsciously rubbed their eyes and thought, this kind of power may only be achieved by the god of ninja. As Qixing expected, Xingtian's sight was blocked and he had no time to dodge, or in other words, he didn't dodge at all. I saw that the giant bronze shield in his hand had become 100 meters in size, completely enveloping himself. The explosion, which was comparable to a small nuclear bomb, only caused fine cracks to appear on its giant shield, making the figure become more illusory. The figure also retreated thousands of meters away again, and the impact of this explosion was somewhat huge. Although it is more than 10 kilometers away from Konoha village. But the aftermath of the explosion flattened all the trees below in a radius of 10,000 meters. And the terrifying shock wave has begun to affect Konoha village. Thousands of ninjas in Konoha were seen walking to the edge of Konoha village. Quickly form seals with both hands, a combination of earth style and water style. High walls were quickly built, and various energy blocking formations kept appearing on the high walls. I saw that the power of the shock wave finally began to weaken after hitting several high walls. Finally, at Konoha village, the side wall disappears without a trace. At this time, the light in the sky gradually dimmed, and the ordinary people in Konoha village below finally saw clearly the two figures in the battle. Everyone couldn't help but suck in a breath of cold air, and bursts of hissing echoed through every corner of Konoha. Everyone couldn't help but wonder, such a terrifying figure, such powerful energy. Who is this? Is it a god fighting? At this time, various spies in Konoha village used special methods to spread their conjectures and information to the major ninja villages. Everyone is suspecting that this terrifying energy has surpassed cage level. As for why it appeared in the sky above the forest behind Konoha, maybe there is some secret scroll in Konoha that even such a strong person wants to get. In all major ninja villages, everyone sat in shock as soon as they received the news. Everyone discussed whether this strong man was the same person as the one from the battle 2 years ago. That's why such battles frequently occur near Konoha village. This also caused the major ninja villages to wonder whether there were any secrets in Konoha that were not disclosed to the public. Various exploration teams were then deployed and headed to Konoha village again. When the scene shifts to the sky above Konoha forest. After the consumption just now, the two huge figures have collided with each other again. The combination of sword, shield and axe shield collides one after another. The sound of dong dong is endless. However, the 200-meter figures were attacking faster and faster. At this time, everyone could only see two streams of light, which kept colliding and then separated. Obviously, wanting to forcefully watch a battle at this speed is not something that ordinary ninjas can do. Only those with special blood inheritance can clearly see the figure 10,000 meters in the sky. At this time, in the Uchiha family, Uchiha Fugaku's face was red, and the three Magatama instantly transformed into a million-flowered pupil. If this scene was seen by the top management of Konoha, it would definitely cause a shock. Especially old P***Sai Danzo. However, the low-key Uchiha Fugaku has never used Manjpapu. Even Nanakoshi's brother Uchiha Itachi has no way of knowing about these eyes. I am afraid that no one except Fugaku's wife knows about them. Advertisement. Uchiha Fugaku, on the other hand, was extremely excited at this moment. The person in the sky, if not Uchiha Madara, was at least a member of his Uchiha family, because everyone knew that one of the 200-meter figures in the sky was Susanoo. Only the strong men of the Uchiha family who have opened Mangekyo are qualified to possess this divine power. At this time, Uchiha Fugaku's thoughts changed rapidly and he called his close confidants. You two go and get in touch with the ninja god. This will be beneficial to our plan. Yes, Patriarch. But on second thought, Fugaku stopped the two of them. Wait a minute, I'll go in person. Otherwise it will appear insincere. Quote. After saying that, the figure instantly disappeared from the room. At the same time, the battle in the sky has entered a fever pitch, and the figure of demon god Xingtian has become more illusory, and his aura at this time is only in the middle stage of super shadow. And Susanoo, now completely broken. Energy of various colors is frantically repairing the body. And Qixing's body, 8 inner gates, has reached its limit. Seeing that Qixing's body has countless cracks at this time, even his face is stained red with blood. The combat power has plummeted, and the state is only at the early stage of super shadow. But even so, the two figures still did not stop fighting. The next moment, the two giant figures collided again and directly performed physical skills in the sky. Qixing, regardless of physical injuries, forced the 8 inner gates to the 6th gate. The scenery door. At this time, a kind of terrifying energy spurted out from the body, and the combat power increased by 5,000 again. This time, the combat power was suddenly equal to that of the Xingtian demon god, but this state could only last for 10 seconds at most, otherwise Qixing would definitely die. Seeing this, the strong man above Xingtian showed a surprised expression for the first time. I didn't expect that it could be improved. Your body has great potential. It should be quite good as experimental material. At this time, Qixing's body was spinning, his body skills were dancing, and his shadow was dancing on the leaves, right in the middle of Xingtian's huge belly. Then, the lion struck the opponent with a thunderous blow, and saw that Xingtian's bronze shield had been broken. After being kicked, I retreated quickly. I thought my defense would become extremely weak. Unexpectedly, the strongest weapon of this damn demon Xingtian is not some bullshit weapon. It turns out that this body is his strongest weapon. No matter how the 7-star body technique attacks, it only causes a little damage to it. Then Xingtian roared, gathered all the energy in his body, and punched out. Susan's entire body flew thousands of meters upside down and shattered like glass. However, what demon god Xingtian didn't notice was that a 7-star C3, number 18, art bomb obtained by lottery a few days ago has quietly fallen next to him. Incredible power. The same white light as before, once again illuminated the sky, and the rumble echoed through the sky. A huge mushroom cloud appeared in the sky. And everyone also made the same move, raising their heads again and looking at the sky. Even though the white light was dazzling, no one wanted to miss this exciting battle. At this time, everyone in Konoha village had tears in their eyes. Yes, they were tears, not because they were moved, but because the light was too strong, but no one wanted to close their eyes. After the white light passed, the demon god Xingtian and the solid body of the Pure Land strongman were both torn into pieces. Chapter 14 Kishimoto Ichiraku Hand Fighting and the Key to Eternal Mangekyo. Qixing raised his head and looked ahead again, only to see the broken body of the reincarnator jumping down above the head of demon god Xingtian. Pieces of flesh continued to fall from the body, and in the end only the hands were left with flesh and blood, and the rest of the body could only be seen clearly, a blue shadow. At this moment, after the phantom snapped its fingers on its right hand, the broken demon god Xingtian disappeared instantly beside him. Then the blue shadow clapped his hands rhythmically. Snap, 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 snap. When the man saw Uchiha Qixing stabilizing his figure, he couldn't help but admire. Boy, you are really good. Next time when he disappears, I will come in person. Quote. Your body is simply the perfect experimental material. When I come back next time, I will definitely have a good fight with you. I hope you won't disappoint me. If you still have this kind of rubbish strength next time, I will directly take your body. No matter whose vessel he is. Goodbye boy. Quote. After saying this, a light door appeared from behind. The moment the light door appeared, the owner of the Ichiraku ramen shop, Kishimoto Ichiraku Hands, looked up at the sky. He couldn't help mumbling to himself. Tiandao really failed in his duty. He actually let the guys from the Pure Land come over. I really have to worry about everything. Then he shook his head and threw the pan in his hand into the sky. As soon as the blue shadow walked into the light door, a hot pan hit his head directly, and a pot of hot oil also poured on his face. A scream from the soul spread through everyone's hearts. Everyone heard, Kishimoto, you despicable person, just wait, sooner or later Shinigami-sama will lead us to attack. B asterisk 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 D. As soon as he finished speaking, the light gate finally disappeared without a trace. At this time, the system issued a strange prompt sound. Open black lens bracket ding. The system has detected the aura of a person who is in harmony with the way of heaven. Please be careful, host. Integrating into heaven. Could it be that this place is the same as the prehistoric world, and that the body and body can still be integrated with the way of heaven, and there are still saints? Quote. Open black lens bracket ding. Contrary to host's understanding, there is no such strong person here, and this world cannot bear the true form of a saint. Close black lens bracket. This is different from the prehistoric world that host said. The heavenly way of the ninja world has not yet given birth to spiritual wisdom. Those who are integrated with the way of heaven must follow the will of heaven, that is, they cannot disrupt the direction of the world's plot. If they violate it, they will be directly eliminated by heaven. Close black lens bracket. Then why do some people still want to merge with the way of heaven? Open black lens bracket ding. Because that is the shortcut to becoming a strong person beyond the God level. Close black lens bracket. God level, what kind of realm is that? Host does not need to know too much. Once you reach the realm, you will naturally understand. Close black lens bracket. Depend on. Who could it be that is integrated with the way of heaven? Is it him? Nima, if you do things under his nose every day, there won't be any problem. Ding. Host, you can rest assured. What you are doing now is to maintain the general trend of the ninja world, which is what you call the normal plot trend. If he couldn't take action, he would be eager to help you kill those who can enter the pure land of the ninja world at will. Strong. So host doesn't need to worry. Damn, it scared me, that's what it was. He patted his chest with his thin little hand. The tattered clothes at this time showed how intense the battle just now was. But only the mask remained intact. At this point, the body's energy is basically exhausted, and it may take several minutes to recover slowly. It's a little difficult to use time and space ninjutsu right away, but there shouldn't be any trouble for someone who doesn't have eyesight. Advertisement. Immediately, his body plummeted and landed on a 100-meter high tree. Just as he was about to leave, a black figure appeared 500 meters away from Qixing, blocking his way. Qixing frowned and looked at the person, only to hear the person speak. Senior, this junior is the current patriarch of the Uchiha family, Uchiha Fugaku. I hope to get the support of my senior to take charge of the Fire Country. Oh, you actually have such ambitions. Quote, I saw that Uchiha Qixing turned on Mangekyo at this time, and under conditioned reflex, Uchiha Fugaku also turned on Mangekyo. Two very similar eyes looked at each other for several seconds. Qixing smiled and said, that's it, you are really hiding deep. If the top management of Konoha knew, you are the strongest in Konoha. I'm afraid the Uchiha family will be destroyed in an instant. Quote. Uchiha Fugaku's eyes narrowed when he heard this. Road, senior is also a member of my Uchiha clan. Don't you want me, Uchiha, to become stronger? When Qixing heard this, he smiled disdainfully. Why do I want Uchiha to be strong? Is it because I am a member of the Uchiha tribe? As he spoke, a terrifying murderous aura surged out of his body. Upon seeing this, Fugaku immediately assumed a fighting form. Mangekyo spun around crazily, looking for flaws in the 7 stars. But no matter how you look at it, that guy is full of weaknesses, but once he wants to attack, he finds that all the flaws are traps. Just when Uchiha Fugaku was sweating profusely, the next moment, Nanahoshi withdrew all his murderous intent. Said gloomily, let's go. The next time I see you, it will be your death. I really hope you won't be surprised the second you see my face. When Fugaku heard this, he was puzzled as to why this senior was so hostile to the Uchiha family and seemed to be very unfriendly to him. But at this time, Fugaku knew that he might not be able to leave if he didn't leave. Without hesitation, he disappeared into the forest in a flash. At this time, Qixing was standing on the treetop, looking at the retreating figure. Falling into short memories. He murmured, Uchiha Fugaku, my stupid father, if you knew who I am now and have grown to this point, would you regret your decision to abandon me? Then the corners of his mouth raised slightly, and he couldn't help but sneer in his heart. My stupid father, you really think highly of yourself. You have ambitions, means, and enough strength. But there is no decisive heart. It will never amount to anything big. Quote. Ha ha ha, I really hope you will train my dear brother soon. Otherwise, this ninja world would be really Baringo-o. Besides, your eyes are the key to my eternal Mangekyo. Don't worry, I will take your eyes with you and become the master of this ninja world. This can be regarded as fulfilling your dream. Ha ha ha, it's small, your layout is still too small. Smiling, Qixing thought of Itachi's magical smile again. Itachi, don't let me down. You are the man who is called the god of Weasel by the people on the blue planet. After saying that, Qixing turned his head and looked 10,000 meters ahead. Where was the battlefield between Hokage and Hokage? Chapter 15. The stunning list opens. Both of them were seriously injured, and Hokage had already made plans to retreat. At this time, Sarutobi Hiruzen started a confrontation with Hokage. Take advantage of the situation to see how many of your own sides are still alive. Hokage saw that hundreds of ninjas from Cloud Shinobi were staying in this land forever, so he sent a signal to evacuate. However, just when Hokage wanted to evacuate, Konoha's reinforcements finally arrived. Dozens of elite Jonin and hundreds of Jonin, Chunin. Hokage was surrounded by everyone. Don't be stubborn anymore. Last time, Might Dai defeated the 7 ninja swordsmen, with 1 person. In the end, only 3 people barely survived. I thought that all of your major ninja villages would take a warning, but I didn't expect that they would come out to cause trouble again so soon. Quote. What else did Master Third Hokage say to him? Just kill him. Wait a minute. I hope that the ninja world can be peaceful. If you die in Konoha, many people will be willing to see it, and the war will never stop. This is a peace treaty. If you think it's appropriate, sign it. Otherwise, Konoha village, will have to leave you all behind. Hokage took a deep look at Yuanfei Hiruzen, and then signed the contract directly. As for the above content, is it more important than life? At this time, Sarutobi Hiruzen finally breathed a sigh of relief. Let's go. I hope the next time we meet is not a life and death battle. Master Third Hokage, are you just going to let them go like this? At this time, Yuanfei and Hiruzen did not speak, but stared straight ahead. I left the forest with the remaining dozens of people. Qixing saw this and said with disdain, boring kindness. No wonder Konoha failed in your hands. After saying this, I saw the space in front of Qixing rotating rapidly, directly pulling him into it. The next moment the forest became quiet again. When the 7 stars appeared again, people had already arrived in the Tianji Tower. Immediately, asked about the system's harvest this time. Open black lens bracket ding. Congratulations to host for successfully killing 2 strong men above cage level. The reward points are 6,000. Congratulations to host, you corrected the plot and blocked the attacking demon. Reward points 3,000. Wait for the system. You only gave 3,000 for a battle like that. That's too much. Open black lens bracket ding. The system consumed energy and discovered extremely important information for the host, and 2,000 points were automatically deducted. Moreover, the battle had little to do with the plot. Close black lens bracket. But don't you need my consent to deduct points? Open black lens bracket ding. When the system determines that the host is in a life or death crisis, the system has the right to make the safest decision for the host. Close black lens bracket. Yes, you always have a point. I want to use the heavenly secret disc to activate the most beautiful list in the ninja world. Open black lens bracket ding. May I ask if host uses 5,000 points to activate the ninja world's stunning list? Close black lens bracket. For the welfare of the old perverts, Qixing gritted his teeth and confirmed. Open black lens bracket ding. Congratulations to host for activating the stunning list. All ninjas who are ranked in the top 10 in terms of body shape, appearance, and beauty in the ninja world and are over 14 years old will be on the list. This ranking is calculated by TNG Pan. If the host feels it is wrong, it can spend points to change it. Close black lens bracket. But Qixing, who was so excited at this time, couldn't care less about this. He suddenly appeared in the kitchen, put away the shadow clone, and walked into the hall. At this time, the hall was already overcrowded, and everyone was eating delicious dishes. Suddenly, a sharp-eyed person glanced at the stunning list. Oh my god, there are portraits and names on the list. Could it be that the original poster has opened the stunning list? Go and have a look. Quote. As he said this, a group of people gathered around the stunning list and started talking about it. Depend on. The number 1 ranking turned out to be Kagaya Otani. I've never heard of who that guy is, but looking at this portrait, he looks really good. It's a pity that this figure is completely covered by clothes. Quote. Then everyone looked at the second one, Terumi Mei, who was on top. Advertisement. Everyone was making noises. Who knows this beauty? Oh my god, look at that A asterisk, look at those breasts, and look at that waist. Brother, hold on, your nose is bleeding. Wipe it quickly. The rest of the people are discussing the third Senju Tsunade. That was one of Sanin's ace healers. He was extremely powerful, but he was most famous for his murderous weapon. Big, really big. If I can marry her, Laozi's death will be worth it. At this time, disdain came and went. Then everyone looked down. Uzumaki Kushina, ranked 4th, what a pity, they sacrificed for the village. And below are 5th to 7th, Yuhi Hong, Kato Shizune, Mitarashi Anko. These 3 people are also beautiful, but they seem to be wearing a little too much clothes. Bad review. Look, the one ranked 8th. Conan, hey, this little girl is so pretty. It's a pity that it's still a bit immature. When everyone saw the 9th and 10th, the nosebleed that I tried so hard to control finally flowed down. Samyi, and Flower Bells. Oh my god, these two are too busty. At this time, all the male diners covered their noses and said. At this time, someone shouted, oh shit, whose nosebleed was dumped on me? Do you have any sense of justice? Depend on. Why is there such a big booger on my pig's trotters? Damn it, how can I eat it? Everyone was talking to each other, and their emotions were high. I am competing for a high ranking for my favorite goddess. The spit flew directly into the bowls of other diners. And Qixing also saw that the stunning list was indeed full of rare beauties. After being satisfied, Qixing returned to the second floor. Looking at his points, he couldn't help but curl his lips. 8,500. Not even one deluxe draw is enough, it seems I have to get some points. I originally wanted to open the combat power list, but unfortunately I wanted to open the combat power list. The price quoted by the profiteer system was at least 10,000 points. Depend on. This is no fun at all. After saying that, the figure disappeared directly. I went to run for the luxury lottery again, and time also slowly came to Konoha 55 years in this kind of killing. 4 years flew by. During 4 years, the stunning list spread from Konoha shocked the ninja world. Many people travel here and there just to see the beauties on the list, and some even fight over the rankings. Konoha has once again become the focus of the ninja world in the past few years. But for Qixing, all this is just casual. In 4 years, Qixing Chuluo became stronger. The strength has also been greatly improved. I looked at my attributes. Host, Uchiha Qixing. Age, 13 years old. Strength, Cage level. Combat strength, mid-cage level, early 6 paths. Talent, transform into super form, bloodline development rate 15%, can increase all attributes 20 times. Skills, Grandmaster GA level ninjutsu with various attributes. Dance air technique level 3. Special ability, complete Susanna. Kamui in the left eye, distinguished heavenly gods in the right eye. Items, all kinds of strange things from all over the world. Points, 26,500. At this time, Qixing was wearing a monkey face mask, standing on the roof of Tianji Tower, looking into the Uchiha family residence. It seems that tonight, the Uchiha family will be removed from Konoha. Chapter 16 Drawing the Form of the Buddha. At this time, the lights in Konoha village were brightly lit, and a chilling atmosphere filled the entire Konoha village. Even ordinary people could feel that something big was about to happen, and they all returned home early. At this time, Anbu leader Danzo was in the station, looking through a series of information. Suddenly the void in front of him spun, and a masked figure appeared in Danzo's office. I saw that Danzo reacted very quickly, throwing out 3 shurikens in an instant, directly penetrating the masked man's body. Danzo's pupils constricted upon seeing this. The masked man chuckled. What, Danzo, is this how you treat distinguished guests? Who are you and what is your purpose? Haha, what purpose is of course the same as yours, so I came to you for cooperation. How about it, Danzo? Quote, I want to cooperate, but where is your sincerity? Didn't you already know my identity? The information in your hand has made it very clear. Quote, Uchiha Madara. No way, you are not Uchiha Madara. He should be dead long ago. Quote, whether you believe it or not, it doesn't hinder our cooperation this time, right? Since you are Uchiha Madara, why would you want Uchiha to be destroyed? Snort. I said it was for the sake of peace in the ninja world, would you believe me? While the two were talking, a double agent, Itachi, arrived at Danzo's office. The masked man quickly disappeared. Saw the leader. Itachi, since you are here, I believe you have made a decision. So, what is your decision? To protect your dear brother, or to kill your Uchiha clan? Leader, with my strength, I should not be able to do this yet, you know very well. Quote. Snort. I knew you would talk like this. Quote. Madara, how about coming out to meet this outstanding junior of yours? After saying this, the space spun around. The masked man appeared and looked at Itachi. Such strength at such a young age. Uchiha is really powerful. Quote. Danzo's heart tightened when he heard this. Madara, the cooperation you mentioned counts. No need to test again. Uchiha, I will help you destroy it. Quote. Itachi, did you hear that? Your ancestors will help you accomplish this feat. Go ahead. Make your best choice. Quote. Hearing this, Itachi turned around and left. The masked man also disappeared without a trace. A moment later, the masked man appeared in the Uchiha family residence. Itachi followed closely behind. When Uchiha Itachi spoke. I'm curious why you want Uchiha destroyed. The masked man just looked ahead and said, for eternal peace. So the Uchiha family must sacrifice. Quote. Hearing this, Itachi disappeared. At this time, the masked man murmured to himself. In order to complete Project Tasuki no Mi, this genocide is also part of my plan. The Uchiha clan is too dangerous, and only dead people will not hinder my plan. I saw the pupils in the masked man's eyes constantly changing at this time. Mangekyo turned on instantly. The killing also begins at this moment. At the same time, Uchiha Qixing stood on the roof of Tianji Tower, watching all this happen. The killing has begun, but there is still plenty of time. Looking at the points on his body, Qixing is ready to try his luck today. I couldn't help but open the luxury turntable. After reading it, I decided to draw the lottery immediately. The loss of such a powerful item is heartbreaking. I saw 5 items lying quietly in the carousel. The one at the top was the Ultra Instinct. Its power was self-evident. Advertisement. The 2 below are the long-awaited 8 wonders and the Super Beast armed armor. The one on the left is an ability improvement scroll, which can improve a certain ability by 1 level. The one on the right is addictive, it is the Buddha form of Sengoku. This kind of thing has appeared. This 7-star alone is no reason not to draw. System lottery. I want 2 shots in a row. Quote. Ding. Won the luxury carousel lottery. Close black lens bracket. Under Qixing's expectant gaze, the turntable spun rapidly. Next moment, open black lens bracket ding. Congratulations to host for getting the ability improvement scroll. Damn, one more time, come again. Looking at the turntable that was spinning rapidly again, Qixing calmed down and listened to a beautiful system prompt sound. Open black lens bracket ding. Congratulations to the host for getting Sengoku, the great Buddha form. Close black lens bracket. Not bad. Really good. This is the long-awaited ability in my previous life. The great Buddha of Susanoo must be able to fight the 2 great gods of the ninja world by himself. Madara, Hashirama, I really hope that day comes soon. At this time, the points return to before liberation again. I only have 6,000 points left out of more than 20,000, which is uncomfortable. I originally wanted to start the combat power list, but unfortunately the landlord's family didn't have any food left. Just when Qixing was in deep sorrow. At the junction of the Kingdom of Fire and the Kingdom of Wind, a terrifying thunder exploded in the sky tens of thousands of meters above. Light up the sky instantly. A handsome young man in a suit and leather tie walked out of a dark space. At this moment, this man seemed to be talking to himself. Sir Shinigami, is this really the Hokage world? Yes, this kind of aura must be from the ninja world. Damn, I finally escaped from the world ruled by the Otsutsuki clan and came to the ninja world that I longed for. I am finally no longer a lamb controlled by others. This time I will definitely develop and grow in the ninja world. Beauties. I, Lee Zodian, am here. Shinigami-sama, can you deduce how old Konoha is now? It's hard. Find someone first and check his memory to find out. Quote. As he spoke, Li Jiaoshan flew out instantly and came to a ninja village, and then grabbed an older man. Putting his hands on his head, a black air enveloped him. The next moment, Shinigami knew the answer. It's Konoha's 55th year. This seems to be the year when the Uchiha clan was exterminated, right? It's been too long. I don't know if the Uchiha clan still exists this time. I have to go take a look quickly, maybe I can still catch up. As he spoke, his figure disappeared. Meanwhile, the Uchiha family's killing spree is coming to an end. The masked man, Uchiha Obito, was preparing to kill Itachi's childhood friend, Uchiha Izumi. I saw a huge wind cut slashing towards Uchiha Spring. Quan didn't even have time to react before he was hit by it. When he was about to die, a space Uzumaki swallowed Izumi directly, and a joking voice suddenly sounded. Miss Quan, you can't kill him, Mr. Uchiha Obito. Obito is in shock and incoherent. You can't possibly know me. Who the hell are you? Okay, leave it to me, Ms. Quan. You have just reached the cage level, and you are not my opponent yet. Who are you looking down on? Chapter 17 Majesty Susanoo Big Buddha Form. At this time, Obito, who was angry, directly used fire style. The storm dances wildly. The 7 stars Mangekyo was turned on, and the principle was immediately understood. Using the Uzumaki-like space distortion released by Kamui to speed up the spread of flames, the same move was also used by Nanahoshi. Fire shield. Storms and waves danced wildly, but the power of the same ninjutsu was vastly different. I saw Obito's violent dance approaching a range of 100 meters. But the storm of 7 stars was 5 times larger, already over 400 meters. 2 powerful flame storms collided. The next moment, the flames of the 7 stars directly swallowed up Obito's violent dance, and continued to hit Obito without losing its power. As a last resort, Obito could only use time and space ninjutsu again to escape. The figure instantly appeared 1,000 meters away. The mouth under the mask is already wide open. At this time, he was shocked and incoherent. Who are you? It's impossible. How can you possibly know my unique ninjutsu, Storm Dance? How can someone who doesn't understand time and space ninjutsu do it? Are you from the Uchiha clan? You also activated Mangekyo. Snort. In this case, you must die, otherwise the obstacles to Project Tsuki no Mi will be great. Quote. As he spoke, the ring in his hand lit up with a faint light. Madara, who was hundreds of thousands of kilometers away, was also surprised when she received the news. Is there any trouble in Konoha that you can't solve? It seems that this old man like me has to exert his last remaining power. With that said, the old figure disappeared into the cave in an instant. At this time, Uchiha Obito was already trying his best. With a loud shout, wood-style cutting technique, wood-style chaos of hell, I saw that at this time Obito used wood-style to create several large trees full of thorns, spiraling up and involving the 7 stars. The scope is so vast that there is no way to escape. And the figure that was swept into the sky instantly transformed into a thick tree stump. Qixing's figure appeared 1,000 meters away, his hands quickly formed seals, and a huge flame flew out of Qixing's mouth. Fire style, extinguish the fire with great force. In an instant, the flames grew to a size of thousands of meters. Wood style flying to the ground. The next moment, a raging fire burned the sky red. However, at this time, Li Zhaoshan had arrived outside Konoha village. Seeing the blazing fire, I couldn't help but feel excited. Depend on. Have you finally caught up with the night of genocide? How could such a wonderful performance be without me, a loyal audience? As he spoke, the figure disappeared again and appeared outside the Uchiha clan's residence. At the same time, on the battlefield between Uchiha Obito and Nanahoshi, the fire continued to burn, but the wood style continued to grow as if it were alive. Nanahoshi praised him, he is indeed a man who has fused Hashirama cells. But before Qixing could sigh, a flame barrier suddenly appeared next to him. Just listen to Obito shouting, Uchiha Fire Formation. The 7 stars were trapped in it instantly. At this time, Obito said proudly, if you are trapped by my fire formation, even if you are super cage level, you can't come out immediately. Stop wasting your efforts and show your true colors. As soon as he said this, Qixing used his action to directly hit Obito in the face. I saw Qixing shouting loudly, hell stabbing, and all his hands moving. There was a loud bang, and the fire array shattered. Advertisement. This made Obito's plan to trap the 7 stars come to nothing. However, the power of Hell's thrust in Ipponite's hand was too strong. After shattering the flame formation, it flew directly towards Obito without losing speed. Upon seeing this, Obito disappeared instantly. Appearing behind Qixing, Qixing gave up the power of Hell's thrust, turned around, and used taijutsu and lion continuous bombs. And Obito's body hollow again. Next moment, Uchiha Obito actually used the genjutsu, Sharingan on Nanahoshi. The two looked at each other with their eyes. By letting Qixing see terrifying illusions in the world, he can deprive him of his physical freedom and also use illusions to interfere with his actions. But how could Qixing be controlled by such a level of illusion? Qixing's eyes Mangekyo rotated rapidly, and then a golden light flew out of the eyes, and his spirit was instantly separated from the illusion. Next moment, lightning style. Raiga bomb, using the power of the body in the air, instantly rushes towards Obito. He reached out with one hand and pinched Obito's neck. Upon seeing this, Obito's body hollowed again. At this moment, Qixing's mouth corners were slightly raised. The right hand also has the same hollow, following Obito to another time and space. He directly pinched its neck and lifted it out. At this time, Obito was still in a state of confusion. Where am I? Am I not in another time and space? What's going on? After reacting. Shouted. Who are you? Why do you know my time and space ninjutsu? Qixing sneered. I didn't expect that even you at this time could force me to use 40% of my strength. In a battle with you, I have already flown 10,000 meters away from the Uchiha station. Did you lure me out on purpose, afraid that I would ruin your plan? Snort. I have discovered your little tricks a long time ago, and I was expecting you to give me some surprises. As expected, you are not qualified to be my opponent now. Quote. Let Madara come out. Although he is in his twilight years now, I don't think he wants to die silently like this. Is it right, Madara? Quote. Snap, snap, snap. Suddenly, an old figure walked out of the sky not far away. I really didn't expect that this body would meet such an interesting opponent as you before it died. Then let me dance one last time. Said. Madara stopped talking nonsense and opened her eyes. I saw the cracked Rinnegan, reflecting the sky and the earth. The next moment, a blue Susanoo over 100 meters tall stood between heaven and earth. Uchiha Madara shouted, in awe-inspiring manner, Susanoo, Tengu form. At this time, Li Jiaoshan, who was still in the Uchiha family's residence, was inexplicably excited and rushed forward quickly. Looking at the terrifying figure 10,000 meters away, he shouted and wanted to go forward and fight with it. But the next moment, he stood there with questions on his face and looked ahead in confusion. At this time, he saw a terrifying figure rising from the ground not far away from Uchiha Madara, and his aura burst out, a wave of terror. The energy spreads to a radius of kilometers. Only a loud roar like thunder was heard, and the powerful figure, Susanoo, was in the form of a giant Buddha. Chapter 18 Battle Uchiha Madara. After hearing this, Li Jiaoshan's heart felt like 10,000 grass and mud horses galloping past. Grass. Shinigami-sama, why do I feel that there is something different in this ninja world? Are you sure you brought me to the Hokage world? Quote. F************ G Susanoo Buddha, with this kind of ability, in my impression, no one in the Otsutsuki clan has this kind of method to enhance their strength. But look what's in front of you. In front of Li Jiaoshan, Qixing's white Susanoo turned into armor and wrapped a golden Buddha. Such extreme beauty, gorgeous lines. It is definitely the ability that every person with dreams desires most. Shinigami-sama, is there such an ability in the Pure Land you mentioned? There should be. Now in the Pure Land, there should be many undead souls from various planes. So I think there shouldn't be too much of a shortage of capabilities in various systems. Quote. Phew, that's good. You kid, please stay away from the battlefield. The aura fluctuations of the two people in front have reached the super shadow stage. Although they are not a fatal threat to you, I don't recommend that you step forward and be tortured. I understand, Shinigami-sama. But I'm really curious about the relationship between Shinigami in the Pure Land and you. You never told me. Don't think so much. Even if I say it, what can you do to help me? You kids should improve your strength quickly so that you can gain a firm foothold in any world. Ahem, I understand. But that big Buddha form is really handsome. I, Li Zhigenjin, am the king of pretense. Shinigami-sama, you can do whatever you want. Okay, kid, if you get to the Pure Land one day, I will definitely help you get it, okay? Hey, okay. Here you reach an agreement with Shinigami. The two figures 10,000 meters away were already running towards each other very quickly. Madara's Susan was seen holding an 80-meter sword and slashing it down violently. The 2,000-meter sword light slashed directly towards Qixing. The 7-star energy dissipated, and an air shield of more than 80 meters blocked the heavy blow. The two giant figures quickly attracted the attention of Konoha's strong men. At this moment, I saw two figures fighting. Whether intentionally or unintentionally, it is moving away from Konoha village, but curious people still follow it to watch. At this time, Qixing understood in his heart, this is not Madara's strongest form, because Madara has reached her twilight years. And his Rinnegan also had cracks at the corners of his eyes. This shows that his real Rinnegan is no longer with him. However, even so, his combat power surpasses that of the late Super Cage level. The 7 stars were simply vulnerable to Madara without passing the ball. But with Qixing's pride, how could he take advantage of others' danger? Quote. Thinking of this, I saw the 7-star golden Buddha and the main body forming seals at the same time. Fire style, the golden Buddha dances violently. The 7 stars use Mangekyo Sharingan to release Kamui to continuously create a swirling twisted space, causing a strong whirlwind, and then release golden flames from the mouth of the Buddha. Advertisement. The huge tornado and the blessing flames formed a more powerful storm. I saw a storm of several thousand meters in front of the Buddha, crashing towards Uchiha Madara. When Madara saw this, her eyes were solemn. She then took out a round fan with her left hand and formed a seal with her right hand. Fire style fire whirlwind. Madara first used fire style high fire extinguishing to create a large amount of flames, and then used a banana fan to fan out 4 giant tornadoes. The flames are compressed in the tornado, and its power is comparable to that of the golden Buddha dancing in the wind. And everyone in the distance was dumbfounded when they saw this kind of ability to destroy the world. They had never seen such a powerful ninjutsu before. At this time, Danzo had already made a calculation in his mind. The eyes of the Uchiha clan must be collected as much as possible. Power. This great power, I, Danzo, will also have. Quote. But at this time in the battlefield, The two huge fire storms, which were more than several thousand meters long, collided with each other. With a bang, the sky and the earth shook, and the earth shook for several seconds. Two terrifying ninjutsu exploded one after another. The two giant figures retreated 1,000 meters back. Their eyes collided and they took action again. The giant blue Susan and Madara formed seals at the same time. Wood-style the tree realm was born, and the forest of several thousand meters was burned to ashes. The next moment, countless huge trees formed a forest again, all strangled towards the 7 stars. Qixing saw this. This is actually the blood inheritance limit of the first Hokage. Madara may have transplanted Hashirama's cells a long time ago. This kind of giant tree can use chakra as the source of life, and can control the tree for offense and defense at will. Can it absorb my energy? As he said that, he saw only 7 stars and quickly formed seals with the big Buddha with his hands. 2 powerful earth styles are released instantly, earth-style collapse of mountains, and earth-style river of earth. At this moment, the ground thousands of meters ahead began to crack, and then the earth and rocks turned directly into mud. I saw those giant forest trees slowly sinking downwards. At this time, Madara quickly changed her hands again, wood-style wood dragon technique. I saw several huge wooden dragons with long hooked noses and thorns flying out of the ground in an instant, surrounding the golden Buddha, trying to entangle it. At this time, Qixing knew that once trapped by it, your own energy will be consumed rapidly. I saw the 7-star golden Buddha, golden light and white light flowing to the big palm, and then slam to the ground. With a loud shout, the golden Buddha shockwaves. Boom. Above the earth. A terrifying energy spread around. Within a radius of 3,000 meters. Whether it was a wooden dragon or a giant tree, they were all turned into powder by the shock wave. At this time, Madara and Rinnegan's cracks were getting bigger and bigger. She held the fan with both hands and swung it forward suddenly. Uchiha rebounded. I saw a terrifying shock wave. Just as it was about to hit Madara's blue Susanna, it was slapped back by a huge fan. Qixing saw the energy of the shock wave and was hit back like a ball. His big hands formed seals again, double, on the earth flow city wall. I saw 2 huge earth walls rising from the ground. After the shock wave hit the earth walls, they were instantly shattered. Then it flew towards Qixing quickly. With a bang, he hit the powerful air shield in front of Qixing. The huge air shield was directly shaken away. The golden Buddha also retreated 100 meters. However, at this time, Uchiha Madara's chest was heaving violently, and it was obvious that his endurance was seriously lacking. Just when everyone thought that the 2 huge figures were going to continue fighting, both sides stopped in unison. Uchiha Obito, standing in the distance, wondered why Madara didn't pursue the victory. Li Jiaoshan was also full of questions at this time, wondering what the 2 men were talking about. Chapter 19 The Night of Uchiha Genocide. The 2 people on the battlefield, Madara and Qixing, have not launched another offensive for the time being. Just listen to Madara speak first and say, this shouldn't be your strongest strength, right? Indeed not. Aren't you also in your dying years? Even if I defeat you like this, I won't feel like I'm victorious. I really hope you can return to the top. If I fight you like that, I don't have to hold anything back. Ha ha ha, is it true that I didn't try my best? But before I die, I can fight with a strong man like you and declare the end of my life, Uchiha Madara. How about we make a deal? You say, after I die, Obito will walk the world for me. I hope you won't stop him. I think you will like my plan with Obito. Oh, are you talking about the Eye of the Moon? Quote. At this time Madara frowned. Surprised. You actually know this plan. Is it strange? Don't worry about this. I'm more curious about what you used as a bargaining chip for this transaction. Madara thought for a moment. Road, a secret, and a weapon. How about it? Tell me. At this time, Madara said seriously, the ninja world is very big. The 5 major countries occupy less than 1/10 of the land. Decades ago, after my defeat at the hands of Hashirama, I began to travel across the countries. At that time, I captured 3 strange ninjas. Their fighting style is completely different from that of the ninja world. They can cast stronger techniques without forming seals at all. Later, from their memories, I learned that they came from the other side of the ninja world, and they were at our feet. And it's also a very exciting continent there. After I bring peace to the ninja world, I will go there to see it. Quote. And there are powerful forces all over the ninja world. There are countless forces that you and I don't know about. Have you ever heard of Pure Land? It's more than I've had to deal with several times. I didn't expect that they have already found you. I will go there soon to have a look. I hope it is a nice world. Haha, this news about Madara is very good. Give me the weapon. With that said, Madara took out a broad sword from the space and threw it towards Qixing. The sword body is all milky white, as gentle as auspicious clouds. He reached out and took the weapon, and the system prompt sounded immediately. Open black lens bracket ding. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the Sage of 6 Paths magic weapon, the 7-star sword. It is a weapon that can cut off and curse the spirit of speech. It can also be used as a shield knife. Close black lens bracket. Seeing this, Qixing knew that he had no reason to refuse. I promise you. At this time Madara spoke again. Finally, I have a personal request. Can you let me see your true power? Qixing took a deep look at Madara to confirm that he was really not joking. Then he said, "Okay. The second form of the super series is on." Quote. All he saw was a terrifying golden torrent, wrapped in another breath. Then an even more dazzling green wave erupted from the pores. Green wrapped Susan, Susan wrapped the golden Buddha, and the remaining green torrent all rushed to the top of Susanoo Daibutsu's head. At this time, countless green hairs rose into the sky from the top of Susanoo Daibutsu's head. Terrifying shock waves spread out on the ground. The ground seemed to be unable to withstand this terrifying pressure, and it collapsed several meters deep. Although this state only appeared for a moment, everyone who saw this scene was shocked. At this time, Li Jiaoshan saw this scene and already had the idea of leaving, cursing in his mouth. It took a lot of effort to escape from the planet ruled by the Otsutsuki clan, and now we meet such a strong person again in the ninja world. How could it be possible for me, Li Jiaoshan, to keep growing? Do you want my title of the King of Pretender to be wiped out? No, Shinigami-sama, we should go to the Pure Land first. If you can regain control of the Pure Land, then we can start from the Pure Land to conquer the ninja world. Quote. HMPH, don't think that I don't know what your kid's plans are. Do you think the Shinigami in the Pure Land will be weak now? I'm afraid he has already merged with the heavenly Tao of the Pure Land and is waiting for the opportunity to break through. Once he breaks through and becomes a transcendent, he will leave the Pure Land. And I already feel that that guy is about to break through. Only then will I have the opportunity to take charge of the Pure Land again. Advertisement. But if we want to develop in the ninja world, it seems to be more difficult. The heaven here will not allow me, an outsider, to stay here for a long time. When you go to the Pure Land, my breath will protect you, so that you can grow up safely. This is the only way. Who makes us unable to do this? Make a note of the coordinates here, and I will meet these guys again after I develop and expand my bombing sky gang in the Pure Land. Quote. At this time, Li Jiaoshan looked forward with both eyes. Just wait for me, I will definitely come back, Shinigami-sama, let's go. As he spoke, a human-shaped light door opened from behind him, and Li Jiaoshan took a step back and disappeared into the ninja world. However, even Tiandao didn't pay attention. A small paper figure was thrown to the ground by Li Jiaoshan. It quickly changed into the appearance of a child. He looked around, spread his legs and disappeared. Looking at Uchiha Obito in the distance, he has lost his previous arrogance. When he saw Nanahoshi's terrifying strength, he couldn't help but wonder, can my project Tsuki no Mi really succeed? At this time, all the high-level officials in Konoha were dumbfounded. Sarutobi Hiruzen stood at the front of the team, swallowed his saliva wildly, and said with difficulty. This kind of scent is comparable to first generation, which used wood style, true several thousand hands, and Buddha on top. Is it the six paths level? Quote. How is that possible? Can a person really grow to this extent? However, at this time, Uchiha Madara laughed crazily when seeing this terrifying aura. Well, we have reached the peak period of Hashirama. You are very good. Quote. Next time we meet, I will fight you without reservation. Uchiha, 7 stars. Goodbye. Quote. With that said, the old Madara, running the half-broken Rinnegan, disappeared directly on the spot, and Obito also disappeared shortly after. Dozens of miles away, Madara and Obito appeared simultaneously. Madara's old figure became even more stooped, and a mouthful of blood spurted out for several meters. He coughed twice, looked back, and said, 6 paths level, I didn't expect that besides the 3 Holy Land caves, there are still people who can reach 6 paths level. Madara-sama, what about our plan? No need to worry, I have reached a deal with him, rest assured to carry out your plan, he will not interfere with you. Let's go. After I go back this time, I will die. I will leave the rest to you. Yes. Quote. At this time, Uchiha Qixing retracted all transformations, a space-time Uzumaki appeared in front of him, and the whole person disappeared in place. At the same time, the news here was also spread to the hands of their respective kage by spies from the major ninja villages. At this time in Cloud Shinobi Village, Raikage was sitting in a state of danger. He kept mumbling to himself. How could the legendary 6 Paths class appear at this time? Come here and send a message to the other 3 villages to discuss important matters together. Yes, Lord Raikage. Quote. Those who received the news were Rock Shinobi, Tsuchikage, Mist Ninja, Mizukage, and Sand Shinobi, Kage. Already on the way to the Kingdom of Thunder. The scene returned to Konoha again. At this time, the Uchiha clan had been basically wiped out, and some even died in their dreams, extremely peacefully. Danzo also collected enough Sharingan, and the corners of his mouth raised slightly. At this time, Uchiha Itachi came to the last room. Here are his parents. Uchiha Fugaku, room with Uchiha Makoto. I saw my father and mother sitting on their knees on the ground, their faces as calm as water, looking at Itachi. Fugaku said, so that's it, are you on their side? We understand, Itachi. Itachi, finally promise me, and Sasuke will be entrusted to you. Don't be afraid, this is the path you have decided. Compared with you, our pain is only a moment. Even if I think differently, I'm still proud of you. But how could Itachi, who was 13 years old at this time, have the heart to do something to his parents? I was extremely confused. Sudden, a black Uzumaki appeared in the void, and a man with a monkey face mask walked out of it. Chapter 20 Uchiha Itachi. Seeing this, the Fugaku couple did not make any other moves, they just looked up and looked at the figure that suddenly appeared. Itachi frowned. Looking at the person in front of me, he seemed to feel familiar. Fugaku said, "Why are you here, senior? Is he also here to kill me? I'm afraid it's no longer necessary. Someone will take care of me as a dying person." Apparently, the person Fugaku was referring to was his son, Uchiha Itachi, who wanted to kill him. At this time, Qixing finally spoke. "I said at that time that the next time we meet, it will be your death, but I did not say that I will definitely be the one to kill you. Isn't that right, my stupid father?" Said Nanahe directly took off the monkey face mask, and at this time Nanahe's true appearance finally appeared in front of Fugaku and Makoto. After hearing this, the Fugaku couple looked up at the same time and were shocked to see a face that was almost the same as Itachi's. You are Shinger." Qixing did not speak, but when Itachi saw this face that was very similar to his own, he suddenly thought of his childhood brother. My father had always said that he was dead, but he never expected that he would appear in such a shocking way. I saw Uchiha Makoto at this moment, looking at Qixing's face, the tears of maternal love, at this moment, burst out like a dam. But she resisted the urge and did not stand up. But his body began to tremble non-stop. The sight of such powerless love and reluctance made Itachi's heart ache. And Fugaku seemed to understand everything. He finally knew why the senior was so indifferent to him or the Uchiha clan. It turns out it's you. All this makes sense. We owe you, Qixing. We have nothing else to ask for. We only hope that you will take good care of your brother when you can. We both will die in peace. A cold snort. Stupid and selfish, don't you want to know why I grew up to this point? Don't you have any regrets? At this time, Fugaku shook his head slightly. Everyone has their own secrets, and so does your growth. Let the past disappear. But when it comes to regrets, of course I have them, but I don't regret it with your mother either. Every time your mother secretly visits you, she will burst into tears when she comes back. But so what? At that time, you were just an ordinary person with no cultivation qualifications. You should live an ordinary life. Born in the Uchiha clan, ordinary people's survival is extremely difficult, let alone the eldest son of the clan leader. Do you know how many pairs of eyes are there? Look at you. Qixing fell into silence after hearing this. Itachi, do it. After seeing everything clearly, I have no worries. From now on, Sasuke will be left to you. As he spoke, his eyes inadvertently collided with Uchiha Itachi's. Mangekyo instantly activated, directly controlled Itachi, and slashed at his wife and himself with a sword. Seeing this scene, Nanahoshi stretched out his hand to grab his mother, but at this time Uchiha Makoto just looked at Nanahe, smiled faintly, and then shook his head. Qixing's hand was fixed in midair, and Itachi's knife had already scratched the two people's necks. Itachi, who came to his senses, looked at his parents who fell to the ground, his face covered with tears, and he froze in place. At this moment, the two brothers had different thoughts. At this time, Qixing walked up to Itachi, patted Itachi on the shoulder, and handed Itachi a strange talisman. Road. If you are about to die one day, you can tear this talisman into pieces. Itachi stretched out his hand to take it, without saying a word, but took a deep look at Qixing, and then left here. After all, he still has a mission. Qixing also sighed. Ashes return to dust, dust returns to dust, and all grudges are ended. Then he walked towards Uchiha Fugaku and looked at Fugaku who died with a smile on his face. Nanahoshi was neither sad nor happy, and reached out to take down Fugaku's Mangekyo Sharingan. He just said softly, "My stupid father, you are too kind. The inside of Konoha has long been riddled with holes, and it is no longer the Konoha it used to be. But don't worry, I will take your eyes to let you know. You see the day when the ninja world will usher in peace under my hands." After speaking, a huge flame appeared, and the entire room was burned to ashes. But, my dear brothers, there is still a long way to go. Looking around, Uzumaki appeared in the space, and the figure of Qixing also disappeared into the Uchiha clan. At this time, Itachi, who was about to leave after completing the mission of genocide, had a final conversation with the third generation. Third generation expressed regret for this and felt sad that it could not find other solutions. After expressing his apology, third generation stated that from now on Itachi will be regarded as a traitor who killed the Uchiha clan and will be listed as the most wanted, regardless of life or death. A distraught Itachi encountered two of his former subordinates chasing after him when he was leaving the third generation and leaving the village. With the means left in the two people's bodies before, they were quickly subdued. Embark on an undercover career heading to Akatsuki. At this time, Uchiha Qixing stood in the night sky, looking ahead. Murmured, "Ferret, you still chose to become the Dark Knight who protects Konoha. You want to use a moment of light to illuminate the hope of Konoha. You are so naive." Advertisement. If you ignite yourself regardless of the consequences, you will become an ember in the fire, but some people always want to extinguish you behind your back. But this is your choice. I'll support you. Who makes you lucky to have a good big brother in this life? Looking at Itachi's figure elongated by the firelight in the distance, Qixing sighed again. The gentle autumn wind makes the leaves fly. The lonely shadow alone is responsible for thousands of sins. The will of fire looks up to the sky in sorrow. When will the bright moon shine on you? Goodbye, Itachi. He stared blankly ahead for a long time, until the figure in front of him disappeared. Qixing returned to the second floor of Tianji building again. Check out the plot rewards you got this time. Ding. Congratulations to host for participating in the big plot of Genocide Night. 5,000 bonus points. Ding. Congratulations host. Obtain the recognition of Elder Madara and receive 5,000 bonus points. Ding. Congratulations to host for getting the artifact, the 7-star sword. Ding. Congratulations to host for shocking the 5 major ninja villages and making them stay away. 5,000 bonus points. Ding. Congratulations to the host for getting a pair of Mangekyo blood chakra eyes, which can be upgraded to the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. While retaining its own attributes, it will gain 2 additional abilities. Ding. The system detects that host has changed the plot slightly, and the plot character Uchiha Izumi is not dead. 10,000 points will be deducted. If you kill him, the points will be returned. Just buckle, for my dear brother, everything is worth it. Ding. Host gave up killing the plot characters. This big event earned a total of 5,000 points. Looking at the total points at this time, there are a total of 11,500 points. It's not a loss. At least I got a lot of useful information. At this time, Qixing finally thought of Uchiha Qixing, and immediately released it from Kamui space. Qixing's face turned red. After seeing Uchiha Qixing's true face, he shouted directly. Itachi, why is it you? He was about to pounce upon him, but how could Qixing be pounced upon by him? Calm down, Ms. Izumi, please calm down. I am Uchiha Qixing and Itachi is my brother. At this time, Quan finally calmed down after hearing this. Itachi asked you to save me, right? Kindness. Yes. Quote. I knew he had me in his heart. Thank you, brother Qixing. Fine. Quote. Immediately, Nanahoshi told Izumi about Itachi's destruction of the Uchiha clan. He thought that the little girl would cry sadly after hearing the news, but unexpectedly, after hearing this, Izumi became extremely calm, as if all this had already happened to him. No, the general. Quan, what are your plans? Since brother Qixing saved me, I think brother Qixing must have a way to let me see Itachi again, right? Well, then you can work in my Tianji restaurant first. Room and board are included. The second floor is the guest room of Tianji building. You can choose one to stay at your choice. Quote. And as long as you stay within the confines of the Tianji Tower, no one can hurt you. Thank you, brother Qixing. At this time, Qixing finally solved most of the things. Watching Quan jumping around and looking for his room, I suddenly felt deep inside. There is such a sense of peace of mind. After calming down, Qixing turned his gaze to the system space again, where there lay a pair of eyes and a magical scroll of ability improvement. Chapter 21 Eternal Mangekyo, Double Kamui, who is the strongest in the combat power list. System, Fusion Mangekyo Sharingan. Open black lens bracket ding. Host spends 1000 points to fuse Mangekyo Sharingan. Close black lens bracket. Yes. Ding. Both eyes are fusing. Ding. The fusion of both eyes is successful. Congratulations to the host. The level of both eyes has been upgraded and he has become the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Close black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for improving his eyesight ability, new abilities for both eyes, dual Kamui, distinguished heavenly gods, super distance detection. Close black lens bracket. What kind of capabilities does the system have for ultra distance detection? Ding. Passive ability. Host can also see the scenes he wants to see within 10 kilometers when his eyes are closed. Close black lens bracket. Damn, this ability is so powerful. It must be used in combat. It is the correct way to open it. Yes, that's it. Then Qixing looked at the scroll, and the purpose on it was automatically revealed. Ability Improvement Scroll. You can upgrade a certain ability you have acquired by 1 level. Quote. System. I want to improve my eyesight again. Ding. One scroll can only improve the ability of one eye. Close black lens bracket. Hearing this, Qixing was immediately angry. Are you trying to trick me again? Are you thinking that my other eye is blind? Open black lens bracket ding. Because host your 2 eyes belong to different Mangekyo abilities. So you can only upgrade one. Quote. Forehead. That seems to make sense. Okay, let's improve the ability of the right eye. Ding. The ability of the right eye is being improved. Ding. Congratulations to host, your right eye has been upgraded to a Rinnegan. Rinnegan's unique ability. High Imperial Spirit Master. High Imperial Spirit Master can increase the power of the absorbed ninjutsu and counterattack it, and the power exerted far exceeds the original effect. The ability of the right eye has been improved, and it has been successfully upgraded to Revolving Heavenly God's Eye. The original ability of Distinguished Heavenly Gods and Ultra Distance Detection are retained. Distinguished Heavenly Gods is on cooling, with a cooling time of 2 years. Revolving Heaven's Eye of God summons a huge phantom eye of God, emitting purple light. Any object that comes into contact with the purple light can be forcibly pulled into the black and white space created by the divine eye. Can only be used once per day. The amount of chakra consumed each time is too huge, so the host should use it with caution. Closing parenthesis. Seeing this, Qixing's heart became extremely calm. The combination of Gao Wangshan's Spirit Master and the Revolving Heaven God's Eye made his combat power increase a lot again. But at this time, Qixing's curiosity aroused. Take out the mirror and look into your own eyes. A Rinnegan, an eternal Mangekyo. The Mangekyo Sharingan can be put away, but how to put away the Rinnegan? Correct. I got that thing in a lottery last time and thought it was useless, but now it finally comes in handy. Then he took out an exquisite square box in the space. After opening it, a pair of exquisite contact lenses appeared inside. After putting on the contact lenses, sure enough, his eyes were completely covered. I can't see the lines in my eyes at all. But the next moment, the cheating system actually issued a notification tone. Ding. Host, your Rinnegan is an upgrade from your own eyes, which can be turned off with the help of the system. Qixing was stunned for 2 seconds and instantly understood the intention of the profiteer system. FK, stop talking. To put it bluntly, you just want me to spend points, right? Quote. Ding. Host is really smart. With only 999 points, you can obtain it permanently and freely turn off and on Rinnegan skills, which host can consider. Quote. IF ******** G believed you. Points are accumulated at every turn, and I'm almost depleted by you. Quote. But when he heard that he could obtain this skill permanently, Qixing was a little excited. After all, wearing contact lenses while fighting would be inconvenient. Advertisement. Then he asked, System, are you sure you didn't trick me? Ding. Please trust the credibility of this system. Quote. Nima, you have a shitty reputation. Just be smart about your work and I'll F ******** G thank you. Tell me your skills quickly. I don't think it's worth spending these 1000 points. Open black lens bracket ding. Congratulations to host, you spent 999 points and obtained Rinnegan free switch status. Close black lens bracket. Host only needs to silently recite, close Rinnegan, in his heart, and the Uzumaki lines in his eyes will disappear. Hearing this, Qixing was startled, as expected. Drawing up the uncle's system, I feel like you cheated me of another 1000 points. Ding, host, please don't make trouble unreasonably. Close black lens bracket. Ding. Host insults the system. Ding. Congratulations to host for getting the first level punishment. Items can only be accessed in system specified body parts. Close black lens bracket. Grass. This kind of punishment is nothing to me, Uchiha Qixing. After saying this, Nanahoshi stuffed the box he just took out into his crotch, but by chance, this scene happened to be seen by Uchiha Izumi who was smiling. Only a scream was heard, and the girl who had just walked out of the room ran back immediately. But Qixing was stunned in place at this time. This damn system, you must have AF ******* G plan. What a sin. In order to ease the awkward atmosphere, Qixing went directly to the first floor and looked at the crowded restaurant, which was unexpectedly popular. It was already late at night, but there were still so many people getting drunk here. He immediately put away the 3 clones and prepared to experience the joy of being a waiter. At this time, Qixing appeared in the restaurant and was instantly stopped by a diner smelling of alcohol. Brother, the first beauty list of your store has been open for several years. If your poster doesn't update it, I will admit it. But why is this second combat strength list still blank? I have been waiting for almost 5 years. Do you want my grandson to burn it to me after my death? Hearing this, Qixing didn't know how to answer for a moment. Just listen to the big man continue. Let your posters collect it quickly. This, uncle, our poster said that the combat power list will be open tomorrow. Hearing this, the uncle instantly became quiet. That's good, that's good. By the way, shop boy, please give me some old Beijing handmade crispy noodles, okay? This is a good dish to go with wine. After saying that, Qixing turned around and walked into the kitchen. He put his hand into his crotch and took out several packets of BJ crispy noodles. He tore them open and poured in the seasoning packets. Guest, take your hands and make some crispy noodles. However, the people at this table kept looking at Qixing. This scene made Qixing very embarrassed. Just listen to one of them say. Brother, I don't know if it's because I'm dazzled, but I just saw that kid take something out of his crotch and pour it on it. Diners, I think you may have drank too much. A strong drink like ours at Tianjilo will cause hallucinations if you drink too much. Really, did we see it wrong, but these handmade crispy noodles are really delicious. Come on, eat before we talk. Quote. Hearing this, Qixing wiped the unnecessary sweat stains with his hands. Fortunately, I got through it, otherwise I would have had to use illusion. After saying that, Qixing gently walked up to the second floor, preparing to open the combat power list. At this time, the dozen or so diners on the first floor heard that the combat power list would be open tomorrow, and they all began to speculate. Tell me, who is the most powerful in the ninja world? Of course it's first Hokage-sama. Do you even need to ask? Quote. Fart, I think it's Madara from the Uchiha clan. When I was a child, I saw him with my own eyes, playing with 9 tails in the palm of his hand. Quote. Just when everyone was discussing the strongest person on the combat power list, Qixing had already arrived in front of the Tianji disc. Put your hands on it. Chapter 22. If you want to learn, I'll teach you. At this time, there is still some reluctance in my heart. This will cost another 10,000 points. Although my heart aches. But Qixing also wants to know. The combat power list derived from the Tianji Pan shows who was the strongest. After saying that, he directly called out to the Tianji building artifact spirit, Shaoqi. Your master wants to open the combat power list. Can you get some discounts? Owner. Although the combat power list belongs exclusively to Tianji Tower, the price is set by the system and I cannot change it. Quote. Qixing frowned. Isn't there any benefit to you from opening the list in Tianji Tower? Hearing this, Qiling's big watery eyes looked cute. Flying in front of Qixing, he just looked at it stupidly. As if asking, Master, what are you talking about? Why can't I understand? However, Qiling thought in his heart. My little master, please don't trick me. The guy in the system has an IQ higher than mine. He may not be able to kill me if he knows it. Let's be human. But how dare Qiling say this, and then said seriously. The Tianji Pan is only responsible for deductions and does not care about anything else. All right, spend 10,000 points to deduce the combat power list. Quote. As he spoke, the hands placed on the heavenly disc began to glow with silvery white light. Ding. Congratulations host. Spending 10,000 points. Successfully opened the combat power list. Details. Please go to the first floor of Tianji building to check. Quote. Qixing heard this. The figure instantly shuttled to the first floor. But it's still a step too late. Although the night is deep. But there are still many people drinking in Tianji Tower at this time. I saw a dozen people surrounding a wall, amazed. Is this real? On this list, Lord 3rd Hokage didn't even make it into the top 10. Impossible. Quote. 3rd generation Sama is known as the doctor of ninjutsu and is the strongest in Konoha. Not even in the top 10 on the combat power list. Quote. Oh my god, look quickly. Not only the 3rd generation adults, but also the cage level experts from each village were not on the list. This is impossible. I do not believe. Quote. If this list gets into the hands of every village shadow, it will definitely cause an uproar. Is this list highly reliable? Hi, brother, please remove the word. Do you know how powerful the owner of Tianji Tower is? That is a fairy-like existence. Quote. Even 3rd generation adults don't dare to offend him. This Tianji building has been here for several years, and no one dares to provoke it, which is the best proof. Quote. But why is the owner of Tianji Tower not on the list? Cut. How do you know that others are not on the list? Maybe he is number 1 on the combat power list. Quote. Depend on. Do you think I'm G blind? The number 1 on the combat power list is obviously a woman. Look, there is also his introduction on it. Quote. Combat ranking. Number 1. Otsutsuki Kagaya. Birthday. August 15th. Age. Unknown. Height. Unknown. Weight. Unknown. Personality. Arrogant. Combat strength. Depend on. Brothers, have you noticed that this woman looks familiar? How is this number 1 on the combat power list so similar to the number 1 on the beauty list? Quote. Not like. Basically, even the name is the same and the appearance is the same. Quote. Who is this woman? Advertisement. It actually occupied the first place on both lists. Oh my god, I really want to see his true face. Just looking at the scroll makes my heart beat. Quote. Okay, Lao He, you are such a coward. Looking so black. If you go out later, I won't be able to find you. Quote. What are you saying? You brats know nothing. Quote. In those days, Laozi has fascinated thousands of girls in the ninja world. It's not my handsome face. But my DK is big and hard enough, and I can use various techniques skillfully. Quote. You pretty boys like you will never understand women's preferences. Today's meal is yours. Quote. Why are you looking at me like this? I want to learn. If you want to learn, I will teach you when I have time. Quote. At this time, there were boos in the store. And people at the other table also started discussing. Look at that list. How many people on this list do you know? Quote. Second place. Otsutsuki Hagoromo. I seem to have some impression of this person. Suddenly this man was startled. This person must be Sage of Six Paths. Quote. Did you drink too much? Sage of Six Paths is second. How many years have they been dead? Quote. It is true. I have a painting of Sage of Six Paths at home. You see, Sage of Six Paths is also introduced below. Quote. Dato Mu Yuya. The first 10 tails Jinchuriki, and the first person to unlock the true meaning of chakra. With the goal of maintaining peace, maintain tranquility and order. The ancestor of the Uchiha and Senju clans, and the founder of the ninja sect. It is said that after his death, chakra still drifts in the world, silently guarding the ninja world. But whether the death was real is unknown. Closing parenthesis. Several people were shocked when they saw this. Is this real? Where did this news come from? This is the owner of Tianji building. Who is it? Quote. I have to let Mr. Third Generation know this news as soon as possible. Go and deliver the message. Quote. As he spoke, several people flashed and disappeared into Tianji restaurant. The remaining guests looked at each other. And during the shock, he looked at the bottom of the combat power list. Third place. Otsutsuki Hamura. The introduction on the combat power list is very simple. It just says that he is the younger brother of Sage of Six Paths. And no. 4. White Snake Immortal. vs. No. 5. Great Toad Sage. There is no introduction to these two immortals, but just by looking at them, you know they are not simple. 6th place. Ashura. 7th place. Indra. I haven't heard much about these two, but they are ranked among the gods of the ninja world. I think they are very powerful. When everyone saw the 8th place. Shocked again. No. 8. Reincarnation, Madara. No. 9. Sage Art, Hashirama. Oh my god, 8th, 9th. He is the Shira of the ninja world that we are familiar with, and the god of the ninja world. Quote. What's wrong with this world? Is our vision so small? Even God in our eyes can only be ranked 8th or 9th. Quote. Look at the last one. No. 10. Super League, 7 stars. What the hell are the 7 stars of the Super League? I've never heard of this. At this moment, everyone was looking at each other, and suddenly an idea flashed in one person's mind. By the way, isn't that little guy who served the food just now called Qixing? Quote. At this time, a person next to him heard it and almost spit on his face. Oh my god, man, please be a human being, he is still a child. Chapter 23 Danzo is probably gone. And everyone also reflected it and began to condemn it. That's nonsense. How old are you? Please be careful what you say. The little guy was as weak as a harmless egg. How is it possible? He is a god-level person who can rival Hashirama-sama and Madara-sama. Quote. Stop guessing. When this person came back to his senses, he felt that I had thought too much. Quote. Then he laughed to himself and looked at the bottom of the list. Hey, look, there's a row of tiny characters here. This combat power list is the 10 strongest in Konoha 55 years ago. If there is a stronger player in the future, the list will be automatically updated. Quote. Everyone was shocked again. Could it be that this list is also an artifact? What I saw today was beyond my imagination. This Tianji building is too mysterious and too powerful. Quote. This kind of artifact and information that shocked the ninja world was displayed without hesitation. It is conceivable that this Tianji poster. There is no doubt that he is a strong man on par with God. Quote. While everyone was talking about it, the night passes slowly. And light quickly broke into this land. Early morning. A piece of news, from inside the Tianji Tower. It spread quickly throughout Konoha village, and in less than half an hour. It spread throughout the entire ninja world. At this time, the Tianji Tower was already overcrowded. Everyone came to watch these two peerless lists, although many people don't believe it. But seeing the third-generation old man, and Shimura Danzo frowned. He looked thoughtful. Everyone is already convinced. And the country of thunder thousands of miles away, Cloud Shinobi Village. The 4 cage-level experts are discussing yesterday's battle of experts. That kind of terrifying atmosphere makes people despair. But just halfway through the meeting, a scout ninja wearing a Xiangyun forehead protector walked into the conference room. The 4 cage-level experts all set their sights on this person. The terrifying pressure directly caused the man to kneel on the ground. The man trembled and said, Lord Hokage, I received the information today. Inside Konoha village, Tianji Tower, once again opened a list. It's called the Ninja World Combat Power Ranking. Quote. Snort. Such a small thing. It can also be your reason to interrupt our meeting with the 4 shadows for no reason. And what's all the fuss about? Our 4 shadows are definitely on the list. Quote. The man hesitated and said nothing. Just listen to Hokage say. I'm curious. Let's talk about our rankings and who is at the top. Quote. Lord Hokage, that, you are not on the list. Not only did you not make the list. Moreover, none of the cage-level experts from the 5 major ninja villages were on the list. Quote. Even the ninja god Senju Hashirama and the ninja Shira Uchiha Madara can only be ranked 8th and 9th. Even an existence like Sage of Six Paths is only ranked 2nd. Hearing this, all 4 figures stood up, shocked. What did you say? How can this be? Sage of Six Paths cannot be number 1 either. Who is the first? Quote. Grown-ups, you are also familiar with the first one. It's the number 1 on the stunning list. Otsutsuki Kagaya. Quote. What? That woman is so strong. Why have we never heard of this man? Does this person really exist in the ninja world? Quote. At this time, several people were confused. Continue to ask. Then who is ranked 10th? Lord Hokage, according to the spy's report. The 10th one should be the person who fought against Shira Madara from the ninja world yesterday. According to our inquiries, he also has another title, Shira Monkey. Quote. Because this person is the Grandmaster of Space Ninjutsu and often wears a monkey face mask. So we can't track this person either. Advertisement. This is the only information available. Quote. Hearing this. At this time, the 4 of them fell into deep thought. How many powerful people are there in this Konoha village? It seems that after this meeting, the plan to attack Konoha will have to be postponed. At the same time, inside Konoha village, in a private house, a young man with extraordinary demeanor was looking at the rankings on the combat power list. The corners of his mouth were raised slightly. Super League, 7 stars. There is no such person in the ninja world. And the strength has reached this level. Quote. They must be the reborn ones who came here very early. Senior. Ha ha ha, we are not alone. Quote. After saying that, he immediately looked at the golden ring on his finger. The next moment, a ray of soul floated out of the ring. I just heard the young man shout. God, what do you think? I don't know much about the world of your time. But since this person is recognized by the ninja world, he should be someone who was born and raised here. Quote. When our strength recovers, we can meet him again. Good. Quote. I never thought you would suffer such a disaster this time. Xuanji, you should be more cautious in everything, and never trust anyone easily again. I know God, I didn't expect that this time it would involve you as well. Quote. But the training system of the ninja world, I've completely mastered it. The body is also very nice. 5 years. It only takes 5 years. I can master power beyond cage level. Then watch how I turn things around. Quote. Snort. After taking the Genin world. Then kill him and return to the heavens. If heaven had not given birth to me, Long Xuanji. Arbitrary and become emperor again through the ages. BCH, see you next time. It's your death date. At this time, Long Xuanji was full of pride. Suddenly I remembered something and changed the topic. God, your status is a transcendent one. It won't be discovered by the Lord God. Quote. Not for the time being. As long as the combat power in this world is not higher than the God level. He can't get in. Quote. Kindness. I see. Quote. At the same time. In the Tianji building, although the place was full, no one spoke. I saw a young man wearing a monkey face mask walking into the Tianji tower. A few people whispered, isn't this the Shira monkey? Why did he come here because of his fame? Quote. Nonsense. The owner of Tianji Tower has such terrifying intelligence capabilities. Which ninja village wouldn't want it? Quote. At this time, third generation and Danzo were also in the living room. Seeing Shira monkey, several people nodded. Danzo's eyes narrowed slightly at this time. 3 Magatama stones disappeared in a flash. Everyone was waiting here, and the owner of Tianji Tower showed up. However, it was not seen until 10 o'clock in the evening. At this time, Shira monkey walked out of the Tianji Tower, disappeared in a flash. Danzo, who followed him out later, was trying to track down the Shira monkey. Suddenly a purple light enveloped the body, and then entered a strange world. It seems like everything in this world is aimed at Danzo. The body is in all directions. Countless kunai flew towards Danzo. Various terrifying explosions sounded around him. A milky white shield sword, with a blazing fire burning on it. Attacking Danzo's lower body, Danzo opens the 3 Magatama. Look around. At this moment, everything around suddenly disappeared. It turns out it was all an illusion. But the next moment, an indescribable burning pain in the lower body spread throughout the body. Chapter 24 is that the forbidden technique scroll. At this time, everyone in Tianji Tower. I only heard a heartbreaking cry coming from outside the door. Ah, A asterisk hole, I am going to kill you. Quote. Ah, medical ninja, call the medical ninja. Quote. Hearing this cry. It takes just a few breaths. Several of Konoha's elite medical ninjas come and report. When he saw that Lord Danzo was injured, he hurried forward to ask. Only Danzo was heard yelling. Look below me, see if it's still there. Quote. As soon as these words are spoken, everyone watching, including the third generation, were all stunned on the spot. Involuntarily, they looked down at Danzo. At this time, the bloody piece of flesh and blood already showed signs of burnt black marks. 2 female medical ninjas covered their eyes. Stepped forward. Slowly groping, ready to find Danzo's guy. But this hand hasn't touched it yet. Then I heard Danzo yell again. What are you afraid of? It's not like I've never seen it before. Open one's eyes. Get treatment quickly. Quote. After hearing this, the 2 female medical ninjas looked determined. Open your eyes. Looking at the bloody place. The moment I took off my pants. A slightly irritating burnt smell spread throughout a 10-meter radius. Everyone covered their noses. Cannot bear to look. Danzo asked. How's it going? Is there any help? Quote. At this time, the medical ninja turned over and over, only to see 2 pieces of burnt black carbon-like objects stuck underneath. Reach out and touch it. Only Danzo was heard yelling. There's still a feeling. Get treatment quickly. Quote. But the 2 female medical ninjas said. Lord Danzo, this thing was split in half and burned into carbon by a strange fire chakra. They're all already burnt. Or, cut it off. Quote. Danzo roared. No, impossible. How could I, Danzo, be that kind of rootless person? Quote. If it's burnt, it's burnt. Better burnt than nothing. And I still feel it. I think I can still save it a little bit. Quote. Quick. Get treatment quickly. Quote. Danzo was hysterical when he said this. 2 lines of clear tears fell from the corners of his eyes. Seeing this, the medical ninja quickly attached the green chakra to his hand. Reach forward. Third generation sighed. Danzo, you need to take a good rest first. I have my own arrangements for Anbu. Quote. Snort. Sarutobi, I know your little thoughts very well. Anbu, I will handle it myself. My injuries are not serious. Quote. That B asterisk 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 D Shira monkey deserves to die. Sooner or later I will kill him, don't let me meet him again. Quote. A burst of anger welled up from my heart. Then inside Danzo, a terrifying wave of air swept around. The toothpick-like object that had just been treated by the medical ninja cracked again. A heart-breaking pain. Danzo gasped. Hiss. Everyone unconsciously touched their lower parts. It hurts to look at it. As expected of Lord Danzo, who has experienced countless wars. The pain that can be endured by others cannot be endured. Quote. Danzo felt very miserable at this moment. On the surface, it doesn't seem to hurt. In fact, he wants to maintain his image as a superior in front of everyone. After the wound was treated, Danzo left without looking back. Advertisement. Looking at Danzo's leaving figure. A strong figure appeared on the second floor of Tianji Tower. He snorted coldly. It's just a small punishment but a big warning. You shouldn't be killed by me. My dear brother, your life will soon be taken away from you. Danzo, you have to live well. Quote. But at this time, third generation sighed. It would be great if a strong person like Shira Monkey could help me in Konoha. Hearing this, the staff beside him twitched his mouth. I thought in my mind. If Lord Danzo hears this. The wound that was still not angry burst open again. Quote. Time. Just slowly passing by in this farce. And Qixing's annual check-in is coming again. Ding. Congratulations host. The annual lottery has been refreshed. Get a chance to win a luxury lottery. Open the luxury lottery wheel. Ding. The luxury carousel has been opened. This time, Qixing was a little disappointed with the luxurious carousel. I saw only 5 items on it, namely 1. Artifact. The Empress's black silk stockings. 2. Devil fruit, rubber fruit. 3. Saint Evil sword manual. 4. Fire style, Skyfire Mad Dragon, S level. 5. The Valkyrie's personal armor is only for women. If your figure is voluptuous enough, it can also be used by men. Seeing these 5 items. In fact, Qixing refuses the lottery in his heart. However, the number of lucky draws given as a gift cannot be retained. After tomorrow, it will disappear automatically. Don't ask why you know. Of course Qixing has experienced it himself. Quote. System lottery. Ding. In the luxury carousel lottery. Qixing didn't even bother to look at the lottery this time. Next moment, the system prompts sound. Ding. Congratulations host. Obtain the artifact, the Empress's black silk stockings. The Empress's black stockings can maintain a perfect figure forever. And the defense is amazing. No matter how hard the object is, it cannot penetrate it. Want a pair of beautiful legs? Don't hesitate anymore. Wear it, you will be the brightest boy in the ninja world. Closing parenthesis. See here. A mouthful of old blood spurted out from Qixing's mouth. System, did you do this to me on purpose? Damn it. This kind of thing can also become a raffle item. Ding. Host insults the system again. Congratulations to host for getting the first level punishment. You. Depend on. I don't know anything about you. But, this thing is really an artifact. At this time Qixing held this thing in his hand. Groping around, still muttering to himself, is this the favor of thousands of men? Not to mention, this artifact is actually very soft. Touching it, it feels good. Quote. But wearing it, depend on. How could I, Qixing, wear something like this? No matter how strong the defense is, even if my legs are cut off, I will not wear it. Quote. When Qixing wanted to fall in love with Feifei, the door ahead opened again. Hear this sound. Qixing was about to put away the artifact in an instant. But the next second, I thought about stuffing this thing into my crotch, and gave up the idea. He turned around and disappeared into the second floor. Standing in the void, after stuffing things into your crotch and storing them in the system space. Look at your points. Only a measly 500 points. There have been no big plots in the past few years, and I haven't found any strong people who came from the Pure Land. Why? It seems that I have to go to other ninja villages to get some points. Entering the 7 stars again and trying to earn points, unknowingly. 5 years have passed. At this time, Konoha village has been in Konoha for 60 years. This is also the time when the big plot begins. The 7 stars at this time. Standing on a treetop outside the forbidden area of Konoha. Looking at Naruto who was running ahead, he muttered to himself. Is that the forbidden technique scroll? Chapter 25 The 4 treasures of chicken flying. The 7 stars at this time. Just in the sky, watching this interesting chase. I saw only the bottom, after Mizuki finished talking nonsense. A large ninja dart flew directly towards Naruto who fell to the ground. Naruto was about to stand up and resist, but Iruka flew up and threw Naruto down. At this moment, in Naruto's mind, 10,000 grass and mud horses were galloping past. Grass. I can obviously avoid it. What do you mean by flying over me and blocking the darts? Iruka-sensei, who are you looking down on? I can handle that kind of guy on my own. Quote. However, Iruka, who continued to vomit blood, began his passionate speech. Naruto was shocked at his words and could not recover for a long time. At this time, the 7 stars almost fell down when they heard them in the sky. This damn guy has an invincible mouth. It turns out that Naruto learned his mouth escape from here. Quote. Next moment, Naruto seemed to have made a decision. Just pull away and flee. Qixing stood in the sky and watched all this with a smile. However, out of the corner of my eye, seeing miles away, 4 strange figures suddenly appeared. Without pausing for a moment, he headed towards the direction Naruto was running. It seems that Naruto will definitely go there. Qixing let out a light sigh. Is it a strong man from the Pure Land or someone from other forces? Could it be that he came for the sealed book? Interesting. Quote. Just as Nanahoshi turned his attention to Naruto's direction, suddenly a feeling of being spied on appeared. Qixing looked up at the sky at this time. Oh, how dare you peek at me? Is it 3rd generation? You're quite brave, aren't you? Quote. Speaking of eternity, Mangekyo opens instantly. A bloody light disappeared from his eyes. In Konoha village, which is dozens of kilometers away, a scream came from the 3rd Hokage office. At this time, Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes were filled with blood-red eyes. Covering his eyes, his brain kept struggling. It's like being bound by something. There were several dark ninjas outside the door. Show your figure. Looking at Mr. 3rd Generation with a blank expression, he asked curiously. What happened to 3rd Generation Sama? It is this call that awakens the 3rd Generation. At this time, 3rd Generation is sitting in full swing. My whole body was wet with sweat. Impossible. How did he become so powerful? Quote. I really don't know whether such a strong person is a blessing or a curse in Konoha. At the same time, Nanahoshi looked at Naruto again. Naruto in the battlefield has cast multiple shadow clone. Shuimu was shocked on the spot. Next moment, Mizuki, who had not yet reacted, was suppressed by Naruto with the force of thunder. Just when Naruto was extremely happy and wanted to show off to Iruka, Mizuki, who fell to the ground, seemed to have found a savior. Master Long, please save me quickly. I've already led Naruto and the Book of Sealings here. Lord Long. Quote. After saying this, several people saw a ripple appear in the space in front of them. 4 strange figures walked out of the ripples. Mizuki frowned. Who are these people? And 4 people came out not far away, laughing loudly at the same time. Ha ha ha. Ah gee, look quickly, hollow down pointing triangle. That's the sealed book, and the 9 tails Jinchuriki. Quote. Damn, it really took no effort at all. Ah Shang, this mission can be completed so easily. Ha ha ha. The credit this time belongs entirely to Ah Si. This coordinate was positioned by him, and Ah Si was worthy of being a space master. In the end, he can get 0.5% more rewards. Quote. 3 eldest brothers, have you forgotten me, Abao? I, Abao, have always been behind, cheering you on. Quote. Upon hearing this, Ah Ji shouted loudly, if you don't say anything, forget it. You kid is really F*********** G embarrassing us, Ji Shang Sibao. Advertisement. Every time I go out, I don't have any G brains. Quote. Just know to shout from behind. Brother Aji is awesome. Brother Axiong is mighty. 4th brother Hockey. Abao 666. Quote. Oh shit. The first 3 mentioned are not a problem. Finally, say yourself 666. Would you like some billion? Quote. You're such a fart. I don't know how to do anything, and I don't have anything left after eating anything. If it weren't for your mouth escape halo, who the hell would want you? Quote. At this time, Abao's eyes narrowed slightly. Said coldly. 3 brothers are looking down on me, Abao. Okay, stop talking and solve this mission first. Let's talk after it's over. Quote. At this time, all 3 people present were dumbfounded. What kind of lineup is this? Chicken flying 4 treasures, what the hell? Quote. However, before Naruto could react, Ji Shangxi and the 3 of them took action instantly. The 3-person attack was very strange. Naruto and Iruka had never met. I saw only 300-meter large hands, covering the sky and the sun. The sky captures the hand, photo. At this time Naruto was guarding Iruka. Multiple shadow clone. In an instant, thousands of clones appeared in the forest. Naruto assigned a clone to carry Iruka away and escaped from the other direction. But those 3 big hands covering the sky grew bigger again. Shoot down hard. There was a bang and smoke and dust were everywhere. Thousands of shadow clones dissipated instantly. Suddenly, a large claw composed of red chakra appeared in Naruto's body and hit the large hand above. Boom. A sonic boom sounded. Then Aji said, Ah Shang, go and get the sealed book. Leave 9 tails to me and Ah Si. With that said, the 2 of them rushed towards Naruto and took out a strange talisman in their hands. Get ready to unleash 9 tails. Catch him. Axiong quickly agreed. Okay chicken. Give it to me. Quote. As he spoke, his body moved. Leave an afterimage in place. The man had already rushed to Naruto's side, ready to pick up the sealed book that fell on the ground. But the next moment, a fiery red sword light rising to the sky, carrying a huge fire attribute chakra, with lightning speed, slashed towards Axiong. Mizuki saw this. Master Long, save me. At this time, Nine Tails in Naruto's body felt fatal danger. But no matter what, there is no way to break through the seal again. He was so anxious that he cursed. Your uncle's fourth generation. He's not a father. The seal is so tight. Now your son is going to die, and even the gods can't save him. At this time, Long Xuanji had already flown to the scene. Just listen to his loud shout. Fire style, flame slash. The sword formed by flames instantly cut a trench several meters deep into the ground. Directly divide the two parties. Seeing that something was not going well, Axiong retreated quickly and joined his two brothers. Shouted. The idea is tough. Po, hurry up and give us some status. Snort. Just now you said you don't need me. At this time, the three of them surrendered. Brother, you are the most important one. Come on. Abao knew that this was not the time to argue. He quickly said, Brother G is awesome. Brother Shang is mighty. Fourth brother Hokage. Abao 666. Quote. As soon as I finished saying this, I saw a golden dragon-shaped shadow rising above the bodies of the four people. The auras of the four people instantly increased by more than 3 times. Long Xuanji frowned when she saw this. Huh, little trick. I, Long Xuanji, am here, and the sealed book has no qualifications for you to spy on it. Quote. Chapter 26 Mouth Escape, Power Word Technique. When Aji heard this. Curl your lips, you're just pretending. The sealed book, the 4 treasures of Jishang, are determined to obtain it. Are you thinking about shit? I also want to compete with our brothers for the sealed book. Quote. Then the conversation changed. He said softly to the 3 people behind him. This guy is not simple. The strength is at least equivalent to mid-cage level. Quote. Although our formation, able to share harm with each other. But don't take it lightly. Quote. Axiong, you might as well take the opportunity to take the sealed book. The energy of Nine Tails is temporarily ignored. Aussie and I will take care of this stinky guy. Quote. Good. After saying that, the 3 of them flew up directly. Heading towards Long Xuanji from 3 directions. I saw Long Xuanji shouting loudly. Fire style, pyrotechnic. At this time, Long Xuanji's whole body was ablaze with fire. The flames form a line. A 10-meter tall humanoid flame shadow. It's exactly the same as Long Xuanji's actions. The moment my feet hit the ground. The flames only left an afterimage in place. Next moment. Suddenly appeared next to Axiong. Long Xuanji knew. This Axiong's speed, not as good as myself. Of course, kill it first. I saw the shadow of the flame rising into the sky at this moment. Both fists were filled with fire. Fire style, continuous fire punch. I saw hundreds of flaming fist shadows hitting Axiong. Axiong didn't panic, he seemed to have something to rely on. The body continues to move forward. And the fire fist has already hit Axiong. But it penetrated strangely. Long Xuanji turned her gaze to the other 2 people. I saw a man named Aussie. Standing in place, his hands kept changing mudra. A strange wave emanated from his hand to all directions. This time, Long Xuanji understood. This ability to transform space should be used by that guy. Just when Long Xuanji was thinking about countermeasures. At this time, Aji. It has arrived above Long Xuanji. Everyone only heard him shout loudly. A fallen chicken. At this time, Aji. The right leg suddenly emitted a golden light. The legs keep crossing each other. Like an afterimage. The golden light condensed into a huge golden chicken head in an instant. The half-meter long sharp beak stabbed Long Xuanji fiercely. When Long Xuanji saw this, she quickly formed seals with her hands. Fire style, Emperor Yan kill. Only in his mouth. Breathing out a ball of flame, the flame grows in the wind. Instantly formed a fiery red trident. A direct blow from Aji's falling heaven. Bumped into each other. With a bang, the trident disappeared. Aji also took advantage of the trend and exited the 100 meters. At the moment of its exit, a kunai with a detonating talisman attached followed closely behind. Only a loud bang was heard. At this time, Aji walked out of the explosion unscathed. At this time, Long Xuanji was sure that this Aussie. It turned out to be an auxiliary space ability user. At this time, the plan is instantly generated in the brain. A cold snort came from his mouth. The earth begins to crack. Only Long Xuanji's flame shadow was seen, and her hands quickly formed seals. Earth style, Earth Stone Giant. Water style, Fog Shadow Technique. Brother Chicken, be careful, that guy is going to block my view, retreat quickly. But before Aussie could finish speaking, 2 huge stone giants blocked behind him. The fists dancing wildly in the fog. Aussie, who has no vision. The only option is to go back. And Aji's figure was moving crazily in the fog. Avoid the attack of the stone giant. At this time, Axiong has already obtained the Book of Seals. Advertisement. About to evacuate. But suddenly, the space behind him was spinning. A big hand struck directly at the back of his neck. Then he picked up the sealed book that fell to the ground. Turning to look at Long Xuanji. Murmured, this guy is interesting. That kind of strange fire style has never been seen in the ninja world. Probably not from the Hokage. Quote, there must be many secrets in him. Hey, let's get you into the Tianji Tower first. After eating the side dishes prepared by my family. Even if you have a big secret, I want you to spit it all out, too. At this time, I think of happiness. Qixing couldn't help but have an evil smile on his face. I'll watch the show again. See if you can catch the prey. Hey. As he spoke, his figure disappeared into the mist. At this time, Naruto and Iruka, already hiding in a big tree 1,000 meters away. The two looked at the battlefield with shocked eyes. Yilu, teacher Luca. What level of battle is this? Hearing this, Iruka recovered from the shock. At least it's a cage-level battle. How could these guys suddenly come here? Is it all for the sealed book? Quote. At this time, in the Konoha village Hokage office. Third Hokage, finally recovered from the illusion of 7 stars. Look at the crystal ball on the table again. Look at this. I was shocked again. How come there are so many cage-level strong men fighting there? Anbu didn't realize it at all. Quick, allocate manpower to find Iruka and Naruto. They are in danger. Be careful to stay hidden and don't fight with strong people. Quote. At the same time, in the forest. On the battlefield. The heavy fog has been blown away by the 3 treasures of chicken flying. Aji and Asi looked at Ashong who fell to the ground. Thought, not good. I don't know what method this guy used at that moment just now. He actually cut off the battle formation of the 4 of us. Knocked down Ashong. Quote. The sealed book must also be in his hands. Abao, stop playing. It's time to get serious. Quote. Hearing this. Abao standing at the rear. Mental state changes instantly. The whole person is like a Buddha, standing behind the 2 of them, looking towards the battlefield. The 3 of them are like divine help, sharing vision and sharing damage. At this time, Abao's mantra came out again. Brother Chicken is amazing. 4th brother is strong. Abao is invincible. The 3 people were instantly enveloped by a strange energy. I saw countless souls revolving around Aji. The body is almost transparent. And Sis muscles were bulging. It seems to be pushing the limits. Suddenly, the body suddenly grew 1 meter taller. Then the muscle contracts again. The whole person is like a hemp stick. It looks very much like the Atuo Mosha form. Seeing an opponent in this state. At this time, Long Xuanji directly shouted out Tianlao. God lend me your strength. God doesn't talk nonsense. Directly use the strength recovered in the past few years. 50% was given to Long Xuanji. I saw Long Xuanji's aura all over her body. Rising sharply. In an instant, the combat power reached almost the same level as Qixing, exceeding 5,000. But at this time, a Bao standing at the very back. He is the most terrifying existence among them. Only his whole body can be seen. Shrouded in a golden Buddha shadow. It seems to be a golden Buddha with an indestructible body. Although the Buddha's shadow is only a few meters tall, it can be felt from the breath. Without super cage level strength, don't even think about breaking it. These 3 guys actually have such magical abilities. Chapter 27. This is not a pure land. However, there is no time now. Let Long Xuanji think more. I saw only 2 terrifying figures. Surround it from left to right. And Long Xuanji no longer hid her clumsiness and shouted loudly. Fire style, Emperor Fire Armor. The manifestation of divine power, the imperial weapon, the flaming halberd. I saw the flames all around me shrink suddenly. A gorgeous armor made of flames. Attached to its body. Next moment, a Fang Tian painted halberd with even more terrifying heat, carrying rolling magma, appeared next to him. Long Xuanji pulled it out with one hand. The terrifying temperature instantly matched it. At this time, Aji and Sis attacks have arrived. I saw a millstone forming on Aji's palm. Tens of thousands of souls roar inside the millstone. Sound waves invade. It makes people feel trapped in it. And on Sis' thin fist shadow. A fiery red unicorn silhouette roared angrily. Along with the fist wind, they rushed towards Long Xuanji. The most troublesome thing is a Bao. I saw the guy holding one hand in the palm of his hand and stretching forward. Countless golden palm prints flew out from his hands. At this time, Long Xuanji was eroded by the demonic sound. But Tianlao is not a vegetarian. I only saw his dazed moment. Tianlao's divine power rushed directly into Long Xuanji's eyebrows. Then he quickly formed seals with his hands. Shadow escapes, without dust and confusion. With Long Xuanji's seal, I saw his body disappear in this land in an instant. The 2 men's attacks also failed directly. At this time, the 7 stars standing in the void opened Rinnegan and saw clearly a faint shadow below. He was sneaking up behind Aji. But Aji and Asi kept turning around. At the same time, he yelled crazily. Abao, find him quickly. Hurry. When Abao saw this, he had already activated his perception. But no matter how you perceive it, the person seems to have disappeared. It seems. There's going to be a lot of bleeding. Quote. After saying this, Abao slapped his chest with his left hand. A mouthful of old blood spurted out for several meters. Drinking loudly in his mouth. God says there is no escape for you. Then, Long Xuanji appeared behind Aji for half a second, and then disappeared again. Abao, come on. After hearing this, Abao spat out a mouthful of blood again. God said. The light shines on the earth. Your shadow will definitely appear in it. After saying this, Abao's face turned pale. And Long Xuanji made a strange discovery. Although my body shape has disappeared. But the shadow really appeared on the earth. No time to think too much. His hands quickly formed seals. Dust escape original realm stripping technique. Instantly, a cylindrical barrier was formed in his hand, and he threw it towards Aji. At the same time, the figure disappeared again. Si saw this. The space shadow was directly cast on Aji. The original stripping technique penetrated through his body. But it accidentally hit Axiom, who was lying flat not far away. This time, the 4 treasures of chicken and soaring have really become the 3 treasures of chicken and soaring. But Long Xuanji, it's better to settle it early. Their cooperation will be like this. The moment he was thrown out of Chendan, people had already arrived in front of Si. I saw Long Xuanji holding the Leon painted halberd in one hand. It was like a devil coming to the world, about to penetrate Si. Abao turned pale and shouted again. Si is invincible. When I saw Abao, the Buddha's shadow on his body disappeared instantly and appeared on Si's body. And Long Xuanji seemed to have expected it. Split technique. The body instantly split into 2, and the other one rushed directly towards Po. The split flame-painted halberd struck the Buddha's shadow smoothly, leaving only a shallow mark. When Abao saw the guy's body split into 2, he rushed towards him. The true words come out again. God said you can't see me. This has been said. Advertisement. But Abao's body did not disappear. The 7 stars standing in the void grinned lightly. So the principle of the mantra is to channel the Shinigami's divine power. Your god turns out to be Shinigami from the Pure Land. Snort. Interesting. Quote. At this time Qixing quickly formed seals with his hands. Seals. 5 seals. In an instant, a huge light curtain covered an area of 10,000 meters. And the divine power that Abao used actually wanted to penetrate through. When Qixing saw this, Rinnegan opened his eyes suddenly. Gao Huang's spiritual master directly absorbed that divine power into his eyes. This caused Po's power of truth to become ineffective. Abao saw that his mantra was invalid. My heart is fierce. He slapped his chest with both palms continuously. Bang bang bang. 3 muffled sounds were accompanied by 3 mouthfuls of old blood, which spurted out for several meters. God said, I am the light, shining on the earth, and you cannot hurt me. After Long Xuanji heard this, she complained in her heart. Idiot. After that, no more nonsense. The other clone's hands instantly formed a seal. Earth style, Earth core movement. Earth style, Earth meteor. The earth parted on both sides, and Po fell into it instantly before he could roar. Then, 3 huge earth rock meteors fell from the sky. Bury Abao directly in the pit. In the end, everyone only heard a weak sound of surprise. Impossible, my power has never failed. My god will not abandon me. Quote. Then the sound became weaker and weaker. Aji saw this scene. I cried out in fear. Si, let's go quickly. Quick. Space transfer, fast. Quote. At this moment, Aji seemed to know something terrible and was about to revive. The figure suddenly retreated. Si also looked panicked. A crack opened in the void behind him and he was about to escape. However, a strange sealing barrier completely sealed everyone in, leaving them with nowhere to escape. Aji and Si tried all kinds of methods, but they couldn't escape. Finally he knelt on the ground. Keep kowtowing. Several people who saw this scene were puzzled. What's going on? Are these 2 guys crazy? It was fine just now. And the ring in Long Xuanji's hand suddenly lit up. God appears in an instant. Xuanji, run quickly. I just accidentally sensed that guy's breath. I just finished saying this. I saw the place where Po was buried just now. A 5-meter-high black phantom rose into the sky. At this time, the virtual soul's soul body aura surged. The whole soul is like a high demon. Looking down. You 2 losers can't even protect my clone. What use are you to me? I saw Black Soul holding his big hand. 2 illusory big hands rushed out from the ground and held the 2 of them in their hands. Aji and Si were still begging for mercy. But the next moment, 2 masses of blood mist exploded directly. The Black Soul turned his head to the remnant soul of Tian Lao. He chuckled and said, Haha, Tianyuan, I really didn't expect to meet you here. At this time, Tian Lao sneered, Tianbao, I didn't expect that either. This time the Pure Land actually sent your virtual soul here. You really think highly of me. When Black Soul heard this, he sneered, you are worthy of trash like you. Trash that can't even pass the road to transcendence. He also dares to speak wild words. Hand over the key to transcendence, and I can accept you as a fighting spirit. I will never kill you. How? Snort. You are just in a state of virtual soul now. Don't think you've got me, as the 2 souls, hands bloomed with light. Black Soul shouted, the power of God, the cannon of divine light soaring into the sky. And Tianlao also has the same ability, the power of God, the divine fire that destroys the world. Everyone saw 2 terrifying lights about to collide. Uruka, who was hiding 1,000 meters away, had wide eyes. If this kind of super energy collides, I'm afraid it will disappear within a radius of several kilometers. We will die here too. However, the next moment, a few people only saw a figure suddenly appearing between the two terrifying energies. Human silhouette monkey face mask. Strong body shape, swearing loudly. Damn your uncles two old immortals. This is not a pure land, and you are not allowed to mess around. Chapter 28 Killing the God of Thunder. Who gave you the courage to run wild on my territory? As he spoke, Qixing's momentum surged. Directly turning on Super Saiyan 1, terrifying energy ripples, centered on the 7 stars, spread to 1,000 meters away, and the black hair also turned into gold in an instant, rising into the sky. At this moment, Qixing's right eye suddenly opened, and Uzumaki rotated rapidly inside the eye. Gao Huang's spiritual master. Receive. Everyone saw that the terrifying flames and bursting light were directly sucked into Qixing's eyes. Naruto and Iruka, who were still in the ceiling barrier at this time, recovered from their panic. Phew, I'm saved. What a terrifying power. Is this the same as Shodai? Do they exist the same? But who is that masked man in the sky? Quote. At this time, Naruto clenched his fists. He secretly swore in his heart, I, Naruto, must become stronger and be recognized by everyone. At this time, the two soul bodies saw that their most powerful attack was instantly absorbed. Shocked on the spot. How could it be? How could this be possible? What kind of ability is that? Who are you? Quote. However, at this time, Qixing, who was wearing a monkey face mask, turned to look at the tall black virtual soul. After seeing the 7-star monkey face mask, Shu Huan. Inexplicably excited. You are the one who severely injured Xiao Xiao's virtual soul. Sheer a monkey. Ha ha ha. People have searched hundreds of times to find the monkey, and it takes no effort to find it. Quote. Boy, should you just surrender or let me invite God to come to me? When Qixing heard this, he looked startled. Please God. Then please begin your performance. The Black Phantom hears. A furious, ignorant boy. Snort. Then I'll make it clear to you. Quote. As he spoke, he took out an ancient scroll, and all his soul power surged toward the scroll. Shout loudly and come out. My most powerful guardian spirit. Quote. As he spoke, he saw the black virtual soul's hands constantly forming seals. The next moment, a bolt of lightning fell from the sky, and the moment the lightning disappeared, a figure appeared in front of everyone. All he saw was a naked figure with red hair, a white skirt, and gilt combat boots. Hanging behind him was a bloody war hammer that was half an inch larger than his body. The war hammer is like a living thing, with red energy constantly surging inside. The surrounding space seemed unable to withstand the powerful energy, and cracks began to appear. At this time, I only heard the guy uttering human words. How dare you disturb me from watching the battle between humans and gods, die. No, Lord Thor. Quote. No, you are my guardian spirit, and I am my virtual soul. You have the obligation to protect me. Before the black virtual soul could finish speaking, I saw the god named Thor, the giant hammer fell, and a strong electric light struck directly at the black soul. The next second, Black Soul's soul was directly shattered, and cracks began to appear all over his body. He just heard him shouting before he died. Ah, I will punish you, I will punish you. Quote. At this time, the remnant soul heavenly elder saw this and had already pulled Long Xuanji away to the edge of the barrier. He even started to dig a large pit several meters deep and jumped into it. Long Xuanji didn't know the reason, so she didn't ask any questions and just did as he was told. When Naruto and Iruka saw this, they looked at each other and rushed into the cave. At this time, the three of them stared at each other and didn't say much. After all, we are brothers and sisters. Maybe they will all die here in the next moment. And outside the 5C barrier. 3rd generation old Sarutobi. The elite ninjas of Konoha had already arrived here, only to find that there was a strong 5-seal barrier here. The barrier is difficult to break from the outside. Call the sealing team to see how to break these 5 barriers. Naruto and Iruka must be among them. At the same time, Thor in the sky looked at Uchiha Qixing. Road. Since I killed that guy's virtual soul, I have to give him an explanation. Then I'll kill you. When Qixing heard this, his eyes narrowed. Advertisement. You deserve to kill me. After saying this, the momentum of the two people continued to rise in the sky. The next second, Qixing took out the 7-star sword, leaving only an afterimage on the spot. There was a terrifying collision with the god of thunder. Bang 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 bang, the two figures kept intersecting in the sky, and the void was shaken by the two men. After a fierce confrontation, Qixing took out the combat power detector. This Thor's combat power is only at the late stage of Super Cage level. It seems that heaven's suppression of alien species is ridiculously strong. But this guardian spirit is definitely not the body of the true god, and maybe just a projection. If it's just projection and I start the Super Series 1, then the strength is the same. I'm afraid the strength of the real body is. Quote. Although it's rare to meet an opponent, I don't know why I hate you. So, you have to die. Susanna, Great Buddha form, open. I saw energy gushing out from Uchiha Qixing's body. A golden Buddha figure is covered in Susan armor. Her long golden hair reaches the sky. When Thor saw this, his eyes were solemn, and the next moment, Thunder God comes to the world. I saw thunder and lightning surging around Thor. A 100-meter-long thunder giant manifested. At this time, two huge figures issued a killing blow at the same time. I saw the giant thunder and lightning, the sledgehammer raised high, the divine thunder destroying the world. Countless terrifying thunderbolts fell from the sky. A thunder tornado formed, directly hitting the 7 stars. And Qixing also shouted loudly, "Big Buddha Tengai Shinsei." I saw two huge meteorites over a kilometer falling from the sky above Thor's head. The next second after encountering the 5C barrier, the barrier was instantly defeated. And third-generation Sarutobi Hiruzen, as early as the second he saw this terrifying meteorite, escaped. Naruto, Iruka, and Long Xuanji saw the barrier broken and instantly flashed out of the battlefield. At this time, Thor frowned. The 100-meter thunder giant soared into the sky. He raised the giant hammer and smashed the first meteorite into pieces with a bang. The terrifying force of the shock shook both hands holding the hammer. Grow numb. And the second, even bigger meteorite arrived almost at the same time. Thor swung the hammer again, but the force he encountered this time was even more terrifying. Thor's body was unstable. The 100-meter-long thunder giant was directly knocked to the ground. Bang! A large crater thousands of meters long appeared instantly. At this time, on Qixing's side, the moment he came into contact with the violent thunder, he had already activated the High Emperor's Spirit Master. A 100-meter-long purple Uzumaki emerged from the Rinnegan. Crazy absorbing the power of the divine thunder. 3 breaths of time. All the divine thunder has been absorbed. But at this time Qixing's right eye was already seeping with blood. It is clear. The energy in the eyes has been saturated, and if it is not released, the eyes may burst. The next second, Gao Wangshan's spiritual master directly released all his energy towards the giant pit below. People dozens of kilometers away. All I could see was a 1,000-meter-long white light group appearing on the battlefield. Just a moment to breathe. The white light expands to 10,000 meters. There was an explosion in Konoha village, which was closest to the battlefield. At this time, it was as if a magnitude 7 earthquake had occurred. Countless houses collapsed. The third generation and the members of the ceiling class were all dumbfounded. Looking at the white light for a long time, I didn't come back to my senses. The next second the white light dissipates. In the center of the battlefield, ripples appeared in the void. 7 stars wearing monkey masks walked out of the void. Look down at Saul. At this time, Thor was completely broken. I can only vaguely recognize it. This is the majestic figure just now. Unexpectedly, this guy was still breathing after being hit by such an attack. Chapter 29 You have no secrets from me. Looking at Soul's broken body at this time. Although it has lost its combat effectiveness. But the pride of being a god remains. At this time, Thor looked at Qixing with a smile. I never expected that someone in this ant plane could actually kill a god. This time it was indeed a worthwhile trip. Quote. Snort. God, you say you are God. Are all gods as fragile as you? Quote. When the god of thunder heard this, he laughed wildly. You are really naive. The real god is an existence that an ant like you cannot understand. When I heard the word ant, Qixing went crazy on the spot. Ants, you are worse than an ant in front of me now. No matter whether you are real or not, at this moment you, a lofty god, will die. After saying that, Qixing stepped hard on the ground with his right foot. A shock wave directly shook the broken body into the air. The next moment, Qixing's figure disappeared, and his big hand suddenly grasped Thor's head in the air. Pushing hard towards the ground. There was no gorgeous light in this blow, nor was there a heart-rending roar. After the blow, a 100-meter gap appeared on the ground, and the broken body of the god of thunder was turning into white points of light and dissipating in the world. The 7-star Rinnegan opens. Purple light wraps white light spots. But the white light seemed to have spirituality, and most of it was drilled into the void. Only a small part was pulled into the space of the god's eye, which expanded the space a little. Could this be divine power? The Thor's hammer on the ground had long since disappeared without a trace. Qixing glanced at the large pit with a radius of 10,000 meters. The figure gradually becomes blurred. And on a hillside 10 kilometers away. Long Xuanji is confronting third-generation Sarutobi Hiruzen. Although Long Xuanji has cage-level strength at this time, she is already surrounded by hundreds of Jonin. There is an old ape in front of him. Although he is old, his strength is not inferior to his own. And Tianlao's divine power has been exhausted, currently falling into deep sleep. Although Long Xuanji tried his best to explain, no one believed that the sealed book was not with him. Just when Sarutobi Hiruzen ordered action, a rift in space opened next to Long Xuanji. A man with a monkey face mask walked out of the space. The next moment everyone saw this mask. The body suddenly retreated 100 meters. You are Master Shira Monkey, why are you here? Oh, old ape, it's okay, let's all disperse. He said and threw the sealed book directly to Naruto. Road, practice well and your achievements in the future will be limitless. Naruto heard this god-like strong man encouraging himself. The blood surged involuntarily. Master Shira Monkey, don't worry, I, Naruto, will become a man who surpasses Hokage in the future. Just watch. At this time Qixing chuckled. Okay, I believe you won't let me down. Immediately, he ignored Long Xuanji's yelling, held him up with one hand, and disappeared from the spot. Everyone has not come back to their senses at this time. Just listen to Naruto ask. Third generation old man, what level of strength has that adult achieved just now? The thoughts of third generation were brought back. Road, you will know in the future. You kid, you are the only one who fucks me up every day. This time I almost burped. Please restrain yourself a little from now on. Let's go back. Quote. At the same time, the 7 stars walking out of the void had arrived on the second floor of the Tianji building. Then he threw Long Xuanji aside. Road, this is Tianji Tower. The first floor is a restaurant. The second floor is the guest room. You can just find a room to stay. Learn the rules slowly from Quan. Quote. Advertisement. At this time, Long Xuanji was stunned. Boss, I don't know your name yet. Uchiha Qixing, people in the ninja world call me Shira Monkey. Quote. That big brother Xing, if you capture me, don't you want to know my secret? In no mood, everyone has secrets that he cannot tell. If you don't want to tell me, I won't ask. Quote. However, Qixing thought in his heart at this moment. What a hurry. When you get hungry later, you will see so many delicious foods on the first floor. You can still bear it. Once you eat the dishes I call side dishes. You don't have any G secrets in front of me. Quote. Thinking of this, at this time, Qixing had an evil smile on his lips. When Long Xuanji saw that wretched smile, the anus tightened. Hard way, this boss doesn't like that. Depend on. I think back then, Long Xuanji, was also an emperor-level existence. Now that God is gone, he has fallen to the point where he has to sell his butt to get protection. Hey, let's stop being vain and conceited first. There are people under the roof. Quote. If Qixing knew what this guy was thinking at this time. I'm afraid I won't bring it back, and I'll just hammer it to death on the way. At this time, Qixing walked into his room. We are having in-depth communication with the system. How many points does the system have this time? Why is the calculation so slow? Quote. Ding. Host killed 2 cage level experts this time and gained 6,000 points. Kill a super cage level virtual soul and get 10,000 points. Kill a 6 paths level virtual god projection and gain 50,000 points. A total of 66,000 points were obtained this time. Oops, you profiteer, you didn't deduct my points this time. Ding. Does the host have any misunderstanding about the system? The system has always been committed to developing and expanding the strength of the beloved host as a priority. How could you do that thing of deducting points? Quote. Nima, when did I misunderstand you? You've done a lot of this kind of thing, okay. Quote. Ding. Please host understand the system correctly. Okay, don't give me those things that you have and don't have. Are you him? If nothing happens today, I won't believe it even if you beat me Qixing to death. Quote. Ding. Host's understanding of the system is really deep. Ding. Given that host's strength is close to the mid-cage level, and its combat power is about to exceed 5,000. The system needs to be upgraded to better serve our beloved host. Would you like host to spend 30,000 points to upgrade the system? Quote. When I first heard the news, Qixing still had a confused look on his face, but then he realized what he was saying and said something rude. I'm still G surprised, you profiteer, why are you so polite to me today? It turned out that I was waiting for you right here, but isn't the system working very well now? Why upgrade? Quote. Ding. Don't host feel that the system response has been a little slow recently? It is indeed a bit slow. Quote. Ding. After the system upgrade. Not only will the light speed recovery mode be turned on, the intelligence will be more humane. Become hosts carrying little cotton jacket. And the host will get an upgrade gift package. The gift pack can contain unexpected goodies for host. Quote. Qixing's eyes lit up when he heard this. Chapter 38 Wonderful Skills, Magic Machines and Hundreds of Refinements. It's such a good thing. Upgrade, must upgrade. Quote. Open black lens bracket ding. Congratulations to host, you have spent 30,000 points and successfully upgraded various system functions. The system has become more stable and faster. Close black lens bracket. Hearing this, Qixing was obviously stunned for a few seconds, and then he reacted. Nima, the system promised to upgrade, why is it so fast? Open black lens bracket ding. Certainly. This makes the system more user-friendly. Do you feel that the system has become faster? Quote closing square bracket. I feel for you, uncle. I now suspect that you swallowed my points, but I have no proof. Quote. Ding. In line with the principle of being host-oriented, the system will never do such a nasty thing. Let's not talk about this for now, where is my gift bag? Ding. The gift package has been distributed to the system space. Please check the host. Quote. Then Qixing looked towards the system space. The system opens the gift package. I want to see what it is, something unexpected. Quote. Open black lens bracket ding. Host opens the gift package. Congratulations to host. Obtain. Physical doll 1 disposable item. Obtain the artifact, the Valkyrie's undergarment 1. Introduction. The physical doll can instantly transform into an entity exactly like the host when the host is about to die. It is interconnected with the host's body, and no ability can interfere with the exchange process. After the exchange, the host will actually die instead of the host. The Valkyrie's sacrificial garments were made by the Valkyrie herself using 10,000 years golden cicada silk. Not only can it withstand the full blow of the god, but it is also warm in winter and cool in summer when worn, and the body fragrance of the Valkyrie still remains on it. It's something that every god tier competes to snatch. Seeing this, Qixing was both angry and funny. The stuff is indeed good stuff. There is nothing to say about this. But your uncle, the system, has a problem with other Valkyries, and steals other people's underwear as a reward for me. I really don't like that. And there's no way I can wear these clothes. I'll go. But the temptation of being able to block the god's full blow is a bit too much. Forget it, keep it for now. Although there are magical objects like physical dolls. But that thing is kept to save your life in the end. And this underwear seems to be able to do more. Use it for the first time. Hey, this underwear, smells so good. It does have a smell. What the hell am I doing? Forget it, I hope it won't be used one day. Quote. But the system, I said you really have a unique hobby. When you first started stealing a girl's psi, I turned a blind eye. Then I stole the Empress's black stockings, and I accepted them with tears in my eyes. Now it's even more outrageous. He actually stole the Valkyrie's obscene clothes. Holy shit, these can be made into a 3-piece suit, okay. Don't do this. Otherwise, everyone who sees this place will think that I, Qixing, asked you to do this. It's hard for me to argue. Quote. Next time, let's do something practical. Let me improve my strength directly. Don't do all the bells and whistles. Open black lens bracket ding. Host, please trust the system. Everything is focused on improving the strength of the host. The host will use these things in the future. Close black lens bracket. Really, I hope that I will never need it one day. Quote. Okay, let's stop talking about it. After all, it helps me grow. Hey, this system makes me cry if I talk about it too much. Quote. At this time, he turned to look at the remaining points. 35,900, use it, worry about being noticed by that cheating thing, let's see if this luxury carousel can produce some good things. System, come out the FK right now, I want a luxurious lottery draw. Ding, quick system, dedicated to serving the host, the luxury carousel has been turned on. The moment the turntable opened, Qixing's eyes lit up. The 5 items placed on it are also good things that Qixing dreams of. Advertisement. The one at the top is the 8 wonderful skills that have appeared many times. Directly below, one is the Dragon Fist, and the other is the improved Dongdong Wave. Looking to the left, there is a huge sealed scroll called Zero Tail Contract Scroll, and on the right is a Dark Energy Matrix. I want 3 consecutive draws from the system. Ding, won the luxury carousel lottery. Ding, congratulations to host for getting the Dark Energy Matrix. The matrix can collect various dark energies after it is turned on. Get the Zero Tail Contract Scroll. Obtain 8 magical skills. Close black lens bracket. When he saw the last item, Qixing smiled. The points are not wasted this time. Learn the 8 magic skills systematically. Ding, congratulations to the host for acquiring the 8 magic skills. The first ability is currently activated, and the magic machine is refined. To activate the next ability, the prerequisite ability proficiency must reach 10%, and the current proficiency is 0. Seeing this, Qixing directly took out the automatic training editor. System edits the third ability training. Ding, level 1 editor can only practice 2 abilities at the same time. If the host wants to practice the 8 wonders, he can upgrade the editor to level 2. At this time Qixing said proudly, upgrade. Ding, congratulations host, the automatic training editor has been successfully upgraded to level 2. 5,000 points will be deducted, and the next upgrade will be 10,000 points. Can be added, requires the ability to practice. The system adds the 8 magic skills Divine Machine 100 refining. As soon as he finished speaking, he saw a villain in the automatic training editor, frantically refining various materials. The next second, Qixing, who knew nothing about weapon refining, kept showing various scenes of weapon refining in his mind. In just a few minutes, Qixing had become a qualified weapon refining master, and this growth was still continuing. Seeing this, Qixing's eyes narrowed slightly. Are you refining the weapon? It seems that the spiritual tools of all the worlds will be carried forward from my hands, Qixing. After saying that, he looked at the other 2 items again. Dark Matrix, Zero Tail. The Kingdom of Sky. I hope you will resist stubbornly, that would be interesting. After checking this harvest, Qixing took advantage of the situation and checked his attribute panel. Host, Uchiha Qixing. Age, 18 years old. Realm, Cage level. Combat strength, late Cage level, middle 6 paths. Talent, transform into a super form, bloodline development rate 19%, super form level 1 and level 2. Skills, Grandmaster DA level Ninjutsu with various attributes. Dance Air Technique level 5. Special ability, Complete Susanna. Left eye ability, Kamui. Right eye, Distinguished Heavenly Gods, Rinnegan. Special ability, Revolving Heavenly God's Eye can only be used once per day. Items, various strange objects from all over the world. Points, 900. Weapon, 7-star sword. At this time, the cages of the major ninja villages opened a meeting again. Everyone, this time, another battle of that scale occurred in the Konoha forest. The reason was the appearance of the sealed book, and our spies sent back traces of the battle at the scene, saying that a 10,000-meter large pit appeared on the ground. And the people in Konoha village are repairing the traces of the battlefield. Everyone, what do you think about this? The current strength of Konoha Shinobi Village may have surpassed our 4 major shinobi villages. Quote. I think we have to join forces. This time the Chunin exam is about to begin. Konoha has only invited you San Shinobi Village, but this is a good opportunity. Just implement the plan and we will support you from behind. At this time, Mizukage, Tsuchikage, and Reikage all had only one idea. You both lose and we reap the benefits. But Sand Shadow is not stupid either. How could he not know the thoughts of other shadows? Sand Shadow smiled evilly at the corner of his mouth and the pupils in his eyes instantly turned into yellow vertical pupils. Looking at the 3 old guys, he smiled and said, that's it.